Call of Duty World at War has 4 zombie maps that were released for him, and I'm going to be getting the round 100 on the first 3. These are some weird round 100s, with some only taking a little over an hour to going all the way up to 8 hours. And with these round 100s, it will start my journey to getting round 100 on all 40 current Treyarch zombie maps, from World at War all the way to Vanguard. Nocturne Tobin serves as the first zombies map to release. Noct is a very small map, making trading very risky, but in return makes it very fun to high round. I followed Krups' spawn room strat. It's a very Shrimple, dude. Why did I say shrimple? It's a very simple strat of getting the ray gun, which I got at round 14, and the flamethrower, which I got right after the ray gun. To be honest, Noct was the map I was the least confident going into. I've high rounded Rook and Shield Numa in the past before, but never Noct, and for Reese I played tons a long time ago, but haven't in quite some time, so I don't really know what to expect, but it's going to take a very long time. What you're seeing in the gameplay now is my first attempt at Noct. I didn't know what I was doing. It was my first time playing zombies in actually a few months. I watched the video of the strategy like one time and thought, oh, I can do that. I went in and I did it. Didn't last very long though. Dying only at round 22, getting trapped by zombies, which I easily could have avoided. My second attempt went a lot better, getting the ray gun only a few spins in at round 7. I actually researched the strat a lot more, going over the video dozens of times, and watching clips of the world record. I actually did a lot better than I did last time, but the round 20s on this map are a bitch. The spawns are so unpredictable, and to be honest, as the rounds go on, the map gets a bit easier. As fast as the zombies come at you, you can train them up, so when the late ones spawn in, you just get past them. If you high run on the map, you know what I mean. High running this game made me realize the zombies in this game are so fucking annoying. I swear, they hiss every 2 seconds, and hearing that over the span of like 3 hours, oh my god. I put the game in windowed borderless so I could tab out whenever I wanted to switch the song or video, but in return of doing that, it cut off the bottom half of my screen, so I couldn't see how much ammo I had. I didn't know how to fix it, so I just kept it as that because, you know, it wasn't that big of a deal. The match went pretty well. I feel like I was finally getting down how to train. I honestly thought this was gonna be the attempt, but my dumbass, I ray gunned myself at round 41. Like, I can't believe I did that. Everybody knows you never use the ray gun near yourself in World at War, and man, I was honestly devastated. I think I quit playing the map for maybe a week because I had so much stuff I had to do that week that I didn't want to only be able to do one attempt a day. And I came back a couple weeks later and got another attempt in, and this one went extremely well. For my next match, I wanted to fix the screen being cut off at the bottom, and the only way I could figure out how to do that was to turn off my taskbar at the bottom of the screen and play the goofy ass aspect ratio. Here we have my 5th attempt on Noct, and I actually did 2 more attempts before this. Not the 2 that I just showed you, but 2 more I did after. I think maybe a few days before the second one I showed you, but I died in, I think maybe the 20s on them, and I died in the dumbest way on both, and I got pissed and I deleted the footage, and I looked for it, but it's gone now, and I wish I didn't delete it, but yeah, this is my 5th attempt. I started the match by getting 600 points in my DM1A1 carbine, and then on round 5, I opened up the couch and the staircase by the box, and first spin, I actually got the ray gun. And from there, I just, went through the rounds, killed the zombies. There's not really much I can say, because, I mean, it's a pretty basic high round. You just train in the spawn room after getting the ray gun. After a while, you get the flamethrower, and that's really about it. There's not much I can say from just showing maybe people close calls I had. This match, I think, went really well. I learned the strat and how to train in the early rounds really well. I was learning how to be consistent, getting it down, the flamethrower. While it takes, using a flamethrower is such a drag, but I learned how to do it pretty well, I'd say. And, this was a run. I would say that I would have definitely got the round 100, but my computer just froze. I don't know why. It's never frozen before, literally never. It's less than a year old, and it just froze on World at War, and it's tragic. I got to round 90 when it froze. I was less than an hour away, probably less than 20 minutes away from round 100, and it's over. I waited a little while for it to come back. It never did, and it crashed, and I lost about, I think, I lost about an hour of footage. Always, like, if you're recording high rounds, always record in, I think it's MKV files, because if you record an MP4 and your computer crashes, you lose the file. It's unrecoverable. And honestly, it took it out of me, but, you know, to be honest, around 100, like, once you get it down, it doesn't take that long. It's only 3 hours, which, you know, that might sound long, but looking at what's to come in the hours of high rounds, that's honestly not that bad. I felt devastated and almost didn't want to do it because I really just did not want to play World at War anymore, but I did not give up. Took about 3 hours and 25 minutes and 6 attempts, but I finally got it to around 100 on Knocked. I gotta say, I did hate the map at first, but after a while it grew on me, and I gotta say, it is quite a nice round 100, and I would definitely go for a higher round on it, because I probably should have explained it earlier, but there's only 24 zombies that spawn at any given round on Knocked, Verrucht, and Shino, so it is possible to go for insanely high rounds, but I would assume most of you probably already know that. I ended the match by finally buying the help door and the scoped Car 98K, and that was about it. And on to Verrucht. And here we are, baby, Verrucht. It serves as the second zombies map to release, and it had several new additions that would become staples in every zombie map to come. The power switch is one of those features. Flipping the switch would give power to the map and would activate things that were given on that map. For instance, on Verrucht, it would give power to the traps and the perfect colas. Perfect colas are probably the biggest feature to be added on Verrucht, returning on every single zombie map that come, and even the zombies that aren't Treyarch. 4 perfect colas were released on Verrucht, and if you drink them, it would give you a special ability. For Juggernog, it would increase how many hits you could take, from 2 to like 4 or something, I honestly can't remember. Double tap would increase the fire rate of your gun, quick revive would allow you to revive players faster, and speed cola would let you reload your gun faster. And along with the perks, like I mentioned, are traps. The traps featured on Verrucht are the electric trap. Turning on the trap will create an electric wall where if any zombie runs through it, they'll be instantly killed. These traps would kill up to any round, and I'll be using them for the high round. And with the traps, just like Knocked, I'll be using a flamethrower and the ray gun. I'll be honest, I don't really have much to say about Verrucht. Like I said during Knocked, I used a high round Verrucht, so I didn't have much trouble with this high round, and I'm a bit scared that Shino is gonna be the same because I used to high round it, and there's just not much to say when it comes to these World at War high rounds. Not much happens, especially in Verrucht, because I'm staring at a window half the time. The sprinters on this map are absolutely horrifying. The aesthetic is wonderful, and I'll be honest, if they had the idea at the time, which I probably didn't, I feel like the WAW-BO4 would have fit better as an introduction on this map instead of Shino Numa. I guess I'll explain the strategy. Basically, you turn on the trap, you shoot the flamethrower at this window, and I keep tapping it until it overheats and I back up, and the trap should already be off, and all the zombies that were running to me from the trap should already be dead, and the zombies that are left are the ones from the window, and I can just go around these tight hallways and just slowly kill them. Shino Numa is the third map to release. It debuts the Hellhound rounds, random perk locations, the Wonder-Waff, and the Flogger trap. The map also holds the record of the highest round achieved in Zombies history, around 11,482. It's definitely the easiest map in World at War. Even saying that though, my dumbass did die on my first attempt by, you guessed it, killing myself with the ray gun. Yeah, I'm not using a ray gun anymore. My run for this is very simple. I trained in the calm swamp area. I don't really know what to call it, but I trained there for the first 60 rounds, then camped in the flogger. Standing behind these sandbags will cause all zombies to spawn in this back area near the hut, so by the time the run fully starts, all 24 zombies that spawned in are allowing me to run to the flogger, turn it on, then all the zombies that spawn back there will run into it, die, and then the few stragglers that spawn in this window, I can just shock them with the one to off. And that's really about it. There's definitely a reason that the highest round is over 10,000 on this, because I mean, I got the round 100 and shit, I think it was a little over an hour, maybe an hour 10, something like that. And even though it's the easiest, you know, it doesn't make it not fun, because, you know, it's pretty crazy how high you can get to a round on this map without even really trying. You know, if you don't play zombies very much and you want to get around 100, you can honestly just hop on Shinonuma World at War. Shinonuma is definitely my favorite World at War map. I don't know what it is, like it's the setting maybe. I don't know, I really like it. Maybe it has something to do with Setsubo being my favorite map of all time. I don't know. And if you're wondering why I didn't do Derice, it's because Call of Duty Black Ops released 11 Zombies maps, with its debut map being Kino der Toten. The map is regarded as one of the most, if not the most, iconic Zombies map of all time. Kino introduced tons of people to Call of Duty Zombies, and what shot it into becoming a key mode within Call of Duty. Kino is a very simple map, probably due to it originally being a World at War map that was cut due to time constraints. Taking place in an abandoned theater, I'm going to be getting round 100 on this map. Unlike the other maps I did in the last video, this will be a long round 100 with an estimated time of 6 to 7 hours, but a common estimate of 11 hours. I'm going to be on this map for a long time, and my first attempt just doesn't exist anymore. I don't know if I deleted the footage or I put it somewhere that I just don't know, but it's just gone, so let me visualize it for you. I spawned in, I got quick, got jug, and then I got the ray gun and the thunder gun pretty early, at like round 12. And then I was set up pretty early, feeling good, and I downed at round 15, because I didn't have my thunder gun out. My second attempt went just as poorly. I left the spawn room at round 4, then started gathering points at the box to get this map's wonder weapon, the thunder gun. It's an infinite damage wonder weapon, meaning it kills at any round, and it's quite crucial to this round's high round strategy. I got my perks and started hitting the box to get Black Ops 1's dog shit ass weapons. After hitting the box for a while, the box moved and landed in the lobby. This may not sound bad, but it is. Really is. For this high round, after turning on the power, you cannot go back into the starting room due to it creating no recrawler spawns in the room you'll be staying in for the strategy. You don't technically have to avoid this, you can spawn them in, but it slows down the high rounds significantly, so I had to restart it. And you'll never guess what happens on my third attempt. The box went to the lobby, so I had to restart again. My fourth attempt actually went pretty well. Once again, I left the spawn room at round 4, and I made my way to the power to start making points to buy perks and the box. Obviously, you have to buy quick before you turn on the power because you're not going to be able to get it again. So really, you only have one life unless you want to go back in to get it. But it's honestly not worth it, especially if you're on a low round. Maybe if you're at like 70 or 80 at 90, I would understand, but with Nova Crawlers in, you wouldn't think it would make it much slower, but damn, it really does. So I started getting points, I bought my perks, and I started hitting the box, and I got the ray gun at round 11, and only a couple of rounds later, I got the thunder gun. So for this high round strat, you want to train in the fire trap room. By standing in this little pocket in the fire trap, you won't take any damage from it, and any zombie trying to hit you will die to the fire trap because you're behind it basically. For basically half the game, this is all you do. What I did for a little while, which I learned from the world record, which I watched, is I'll stand at this window, and I use the ray gun, and I kill any zombies spawning at this window, and then the trap behind me will kill any zombies that's spawning anywhere else. And I do that for, I don't know how long I did it for this match, but I usually did it to like round 30 or 40. So at round 28, I actually do go down. I wasn't keeping track of how many times I got hit, and it just kind of happened. I honestly, I don't know why I didn't shoot my thunder gun. I think I'm a dumbass or something. Cause I could have just shot it and I just would I don't know why. I don't have any words for going down here. There was no reason for me to have gone down. I bought my perks back and I actually did go into the spawn room. Even though I was preaching just a few minutes ago about don't ever go into the spawn room, I did it anyway because I thought that since I was set up, I might as well just stay in this match and learn the strat more. Even with no overcrawls and it being spawned, I didn't think I was going to last that long this game anyway. And it turns out I was right. I went down again at round 32 because sometimes even if you're in that little spot, zombies that are like directly to your right can still hit you. And I switched off my thunder gun thinking I was going to be safe, and I didn't get it back in time, and I went down and I decided fuck it, I'm just going to restart. I don't want to have 2 downs only at round 30. So I ran it back up. This is my best run so far. I don't really have much else left to say about the map or really the attempts because they kind of just blend together because I do the exact same setup each time. I did pretty well here. I feel like I was finally learning how to train in the room pretty consistently, but unfortunately I went down at round 42 and I just restarted because I was thinking if I go down before round 80 I just restart because the crawlers are going to make it just too slow, especially at that early. I don't know if I'd say early, but like that early of a round. At this point, to be honest, I was getting pretty frustrated with the map. After this attempt, I spent like 3 hours on the map. I got to round 67, but my game crashed, and I don't know what the footage is. It was getting pretty disheartening, but I knew that I couldn't give up. I had to get this round 100. I did my starting routine. Leave at round 4, then go straight to power, buying a jug as soon as I get enough points. After buying jug, I immediately start hitting the box, getting the ray gun at round 10. It was the best or kind of worst luck. I got the thunder gun on the last hit before it went to the lobby. And unfortunately, I didn't get the monkey bomb, so if I went down, it most likely would have been over. But since I have the weapons, I started doing the high range strat. Up until round 35, I used my ray gun to kill all the zombies spawning at the window and let the fire trap kill the others. And for dog rounds, if you stand on top of the stairs, all dogs will spawn on the stage. I mean, you can turn on the trap and let them die that way, or if you have the ray gun, you can just shoot and kill them. None will spawn behind you. Constantly using the MPL is a must. You make as many points as you spend, especially during the late game strat. I don't even think I got to 300,000 points because my points started just stagnating due to buying traps. I was making as much as I was spending. So I literally just stood there, shot the MPL, and when the trap was on cooldown, I trained the zombies until it came back. The fire trap lasts about 40 seconds and takes a minute to come back. The way I tracked this was using the live splits timer. I started it as soon as I activated the trap, and when it hit 40 seconds, I knew it was time to start running. And then when the timer hit 140, I knew it was going to be back. At about round 62, I started running the late game strat. Instead of just sitting at the fire trap, I run to the electric trap that's at the doorway to the stage, and I run to the other electric trap that's actually on the stage. And then I run all the way back to the fire trap, and I repeat that till round 100. On February 1st, 2011, Checker released the first DLC for Call of Duty Black Ops, titled First Strike. The DLC features 4 multiplayer maps: Berlin Wall, Discovery, Calhoun, and Stadium, along with the Zombies map, Ascension. Taking place in an abandoned Soviet Cosmodrome, Ascension is one of the most important zombie maps of all time. It features the first main Easter egg, which would later be known as the main quest, that follows you repairing the Casimir mechanism and freeing Dr. Gersh. The Thunder Gun also returns on this map as its wonder weapon. A new weapon named the Gersh device debuts on this map. Throwing it will form a black hole, and any zombie near it will be sucked into it. It also allows you to teleport around the map by jumping into it. Matryoshka dolls also debut on this map. It acts as a cluster bomb, and after you send one out, it will release more explosions around it. A new mid-round boss is also featured on this map, the Space Monkeys. Every 4 to 5 rounds after buying your first perk, the monkeys will rain down upon you and attempt to steal your perk. If you successfully kill all monkeys without them touching a single perk, they will reward you with a free perk. This marks the first time you are able to get more than 4 perks in one map. Speaking of perks, 2 new ones are added on this map. PhD Flopper. After drinking the perk, you are immune to all explosive damage along with fall damage. You are also able to dive from heights, and when you slam into the ground, it will create an explosion around you, killing zombies. And my personal favorite perk of all time, Stamina Up. After drinking the perk, you gain increased movement speed and sprint duration. Strangely enough, double tap does not appear on this map, marking the first time one of the original 4 isn't featured. On my first attempt, I leave the spawn room at round 3 and make my way to the power, and start making points for, you guessed it baby, the perks and the box. Ascension is probably one of my least played zombies maps, and for no reason honestly, I just never really cared to play it. It wasn't because of the monkeys or anything like that. On round 5 I get the ray gun and the Gershes, and then I start activating the 3 lunar lanterns to get the pack-a-punch. The lanterns can also act as a quick transportation to spawn. At round 7 I get Jug, and then at round 9 I get my first monkey round. Since I only had Jug, I was able to get the free perk from the monkeys. I was hesitant to pick it up because I didn't want to get something like Mule Kick, but I took the risk and it ended up being good because I got Stamina Up. Afterwards I got PhD, which also makes you immune to the ray gun splash damage. Then at round 11 and 12 I get the last 2 landers. After sending all 3 landers I can launch the rocket. And since I had the ray gun, you know I had to blow it up. And under the rocket is where Pack-a-Punch is and where I'll be training for the rest of the match. At the end of round 11, I Pack-a-Punch the M1911s for the Mustang and Sallies. I'll be using the Sallies and the ray gun up until the ray gun starts to shit out. Mustang and Sallies with the ray gun and PhD is the ultimate combo on Black Ops 1. I trained up until round 28 with the unpacked ray, then I Pack-a-Punched it. Then at round 33, I hit the box until I got the bow and the thunder gun. So Ascension is a little half and half on the difficulty scale. The actual strategy is pretty easy, but it's trading however that can get weird. This is the first shot where I actually have to kill the zombies instead of a trap doing it for me. And because gobblegums and ammo boxes don't exist yet, when I run out of ammo, I have to get rid of my thunder gun and spin the box until I get it back. So I start in the Pack-a-Punch room, I let the zombies spawn in from the windows, and then I slowly walk out, and the zombies that are spawning in from the other windows out here, I wait till we get a little bit closer, then I run off to the side, and I run out of the little area a little bit, and I go back in, and it kind of changes from time to time depending on what zombies spawn, but I kind of just make my way around, and then once they all get hoarded up, I then back to that little doorway to the Pack-a-Punch, and I shoot them all, and then I quickly run back into the Pack-a-Punch room. Now, for when I need ammo, there are a few ways to get it. The thunder gun doesn't produce drops, but the Gershes do. So I use them, and I try to get a max ammo, but it doesn't work most of the time. If I do get a max ammo from it, it saves a whole lot of time. Sometimes if you get an insta-kill with it, you're able to shoot your bow or whatever other weapon you have, and you might get a max ammo from that. But if I don't get a max ammo or anything like that from the Gershes, I'll have to spin the mystery box. I think only about 2 areas with the box are hard to train in, so it's pretty easy to just spin the box and get the thunder gun back. It's really only luck. And my longest trade for the thunder gun was 40 fucking minutes. You do not know pure hell until you spend 40 minutes spinning the box. And my shortest hit was only 17 seconds, getting it back only after 1 hit. It's crazy how just unpredictable trading can be. I'm not a fan of trading at all, honestly, and I think it's the only reason that if I ever high round this map again, it'll be on Black Ops 3. It just kills all flow and just takes me out of it. The monkeys actually ended up stealing one of my quick revives at round 51 because I didn't have any thunder gun shots and I wasn't able to kill them. If the monkeys take a quick revive, it actually counts at it like if you went down, so you'll end up losing the 3 you get in a match. The same thing happened on round 59, so I ended up down to my last quick revive without ever going down. Like I said, trading itself isn't hard, I'm just a very unlucky person. I don't know if you have to trade on Shang or Moon, I would imagine you have to, but I've barely played Black Ops 1 Moon. I did use the high round Shang, however, only about a year back, but I can't remember what my highest round is. I think it was about somewhere in the 60s. And so for the tier list, I'm struggling a little bit on where I want to put it. And honestly, I absolutely love the setting of this map. I hope we get another one like it one day. And the layout isn't too bad either. Getting Pap is very straightforward, but it's just like, the high rounds aren't my favorite. But it's literally just trading that I don't like. I think I'll put it in the great tier, because I do think it's a great map. The monkeys aren't really that annoying. If they steal a perk, you can just quickly get it back anyway. I think the only annoying thing would be like them taking quick revive, but the map's not that hard anyway, so I don't think you need them that much. The strat is, I think, more engaging than Kino's, by not much, but definitely more. I don't know if I like it more than Kino though, because I love Kino's setting. But I think for now I'll place it above Kino, but hey, it could change in the future. On June 28, 2011, Treyarch released a third DLC for Black Ops titled Annihilation, releasing the multiplayer maps Hangar 18, Silo, Hazard, and Drive-In, along with the zombies map Shangri-La. Taking place in the Himalayas, Shang introduces special zombies in the form of the Napalm and the Shriekers. Being near the Napalms will set you on fire, and going close to them will cause them to explode. However, they are very slow. The Shriekers are much more faster. They will scream in your direction, causing your screen to become blurred. A new wonder weapon, the 3179 JGB 215, also known as the Shrink Ray or the Baby Gun, makes its debut on this map. It has the ability to shrink zombies, allowing the player to just run over them and kill them. Monkeys are turned from Ascension, but instead of stealing perks, they steal your drops. But this can be used to your advantage, however, being able to turn a Carpenter into a max ammo. On my first attempt, I left a spawn at round 4, got power, then Jug, hitting the box for a little while, then at round 7 I got Stamina. I'll be using Jug, Stamina, Quick Revive, and PhD for this strat. I'm gonna miss Speed Cola. I got the ray gun at round 10, bad for making points, but it'll keep me safe until I get the baby gun, which I got at round 16. I got it pretty early, and along with the perks and Mustang and Sally's, and then I died. So, Shang is, it's like a Ascension in the strategy where it's half and half in the difficulty. Rounds 1 to 28 are hard as shit, but rounds 28 to 40 are, like moderate, then after 40 it's quite easy. Huge shout out to Demon King 352. He has one of the only Shang strats for Black Ops 1 that I could find that wasn't dog shit. Anyways, I leave the spawn at the magic number of round 4, and I tried to hit the box without Jug, which is horrifying and not a good idea. Then I unexpectedly got the baby gun at only round 6, which was good, but the only other gun I had was the 1911. I still needed points to upgrade it and get perks. I got PhD, then tried to do the strat, then at round 10 I got the rest of my perks and I was ready. So the strat is very easy. I leave this little debris over here closed and I stand in this room, and after a few seconds I make my way out of the room, passing through these hallways, and then when I get to the main room, there should be a good amount of zombies behind me. Then I just hoard them up very riskily. That's not a word, but it's a word like that. And then I shrink them, and then I kill them with either the fuck are they called? Simtexes. I either kill them with Simtexes or the Mustang and Sally's, because I'm pretty sure when you shrink them, their health is only at like 1, so you can kill them with anything. This is a goddamn beautiful map, even more so on Black Ops 3, and it's quite a shame that the strat has to be underground, so I won't be able to look at the just absolute beauty of this map. At round 42, I got this crazy ass double max ammo. It's like that is actually the first time I've ever seen some shit like that. I got weirdly lucky with max ammo throughout this game, to the point where I didn't do my first trade until like, I think the late 70s. The Shriekers, themselves are not really a problem. Even if the screen is blurred, you could still like make it out enough to see. And, they're fast, but when the zombies reach a max speed, they're honestly about the same speed, and they can be shrunken and ran over or exploded just the same, so, they aren't really that bad. The napalms are, they're pretty deadly and they're fucking annoying, because if they blow up, they'll leave some fire on the ground, and any zombie that runs into them will die instantly, so they like fuck up the spawns, and you just get zombies coming from everywhere. Out of all the maps in Black Ops 1, Shang will probably be the map I go for a higher round on than 100. I started this match pretty late, so by round 71 I was so damn tired, so I decided to take a risk and pause the game for the night while I slept. I did the same thing on Ascension, and it worked out pretty well. So I paused the game, and I got back up in the morning, and luckily it was still on, so I continued. I think my longest trade was only about 20 minutes, somewhere around that, and the shortest one was actually on round 99, getting only a couple hits later. So, with the motherfucking tier list, Shang, it's a beautiful map, with a great wonder weapon, great ass Easter egg song, but, I hate the design philosophy that most zombie maps have, where it has to be really tight, with almost no open spaces. Not every map is like this, but a lot of them are, and Shang is, like it. But the layout itself is, it's actually quite good. It flows very well, but I just hate how insanely tight it is. But it doesn't make the map unplayable, considering at the red 100 on it, it's still, a fun map to play. In fact, the later rounds are quite easy. The map is, still hard, and it only took me a couple attempts, but to be fair, I did use to high round the map, and I've been doing a lot more research before I start the attempts. And honestly, I love this map. I'd rather play Shang than any of the Black Ops 1 map. It's the one I have most fun playing on. August 23rd, 2011, Treyarch releases the last DLC for Black Ops, titled Resurrection, the first of only 2 zombie-only DLCs, releasing no multiplayer maps. Resurrection features remastered versions of every World at War map, Nocturne and Toten, Verrückt, Shinonuma, and Darius, along with a new original map and the finale of Black Ops 1 Zombies, Moon. Taking place in Area 51 and Earth's moon, a new wonder weapon debuts on this map, the Zap Guns. Acting as dual-wield energy pistols, they shoot a ball of electricity that instantly kills any zombie shot with it. The Zap Guns can also turn into the Wave Gun. By hitting right on the D-pad or 5 on PC, the red gun eats the ass of the blue gun? Why'd I write that? By combining them together, they become the Wave Gun, shooting a beam that causes all zombies to start coughing up blood, and they slowly expand and explode. The Gersh device returns on this map along with a new tactical, the Quantum Entanglement device, aka the QEDs. After throwing them, tons of different effects can happen when you throw them. To a gun that'll kill everybody in its path, including zombies or yourself, to a simple explosion that'll just kill zombies. A new hazard also appears on this map, the excavators. After turning on the power, every so often, you'll get an alert that an excavator will decompress in an area. Since you're on the moon, you can't breathe without a suit, but some areas have air, but the air can be taken away by letting an excavator break into the area. This can be stopped by using another new item that debuts on this map, the Hacker. One of the most useful items to ever exist in zombies, the Hacker can do tons of things, from being able to hack doors to open them for a lower cost, to hacking drops to give yourself a max ammo every time. A new special zombie, the Astronaut, also debuts on this map, slowly making its way towards you. If he's able to grab you, he'll headbutt you, teleporting you around the map along with taking a perk. On my first attempt, I made points until I was able to buy Jug, and I teleported to the moon. I leave spawn at round 3, then I bought the Bowie knife. For some reason, they put the Bowie knife like above these stairs, so you have to jump up and get it. It's a little bit hard, but it's pretty easy after you learn the jump. And then I went into the biodome to make points for a while. Then at round 10, I went back down to Earth because Jug and Speedcall only spawn down there, and it's random each time. At round 15, I trained in the NPL room until the Tunnel 6 excavator went off. The reason for this is to trap the Astronaut in here. He's honestly just really annoying, and the strat's way easier without him. Kind of a dogshit boss, you can even call him that. Then at round 18, I got the Wave Gun. All I need for this strat is the Wave Gun and the Gershes, and since I had both, all I needed to do was trap the Astronaut. So I tried to do that for a while, but then at round 32, my monitor blacked out because I guess I accidentally tugged on the display cable. The cable's really shit, honestly, gotta get a new one. But I wasn't able to pause in time, and I went down. I restarted. I really didn't need to, but the general consensus I always have going into a map, if I down before I get into the actual strategy, then it just isn't worth continuing. Running it back up though, I get Jug again, then I leave spawn at round 3. Doing the setup I basically did last time, getting the Bowie knife. And for some reason, Nova Crawlers can just teleport now. I don't know why being on the moon gives them the ability to do that, but they can, so. I had the box in the biodome for a while, then at round 8 I went to get Speed Cola, then round 10 I got the Ray Gun, which I'll be keeping for this match. You don't need it, but I just kinda kept it. Around 13 I got the Goat Stamina. Around 15 I accidentally lit Tunnel 6 to get decompressed, which isn't that big of a deal, but I still need to go down there for a little while so I can trap the Astronaut down there. Then around later I got the Wave Gun and I was almost ready. Then all the way from there until round 28 I trained in that room until the excavator hit down. If you leave him in that back room right as the excavator is going down, he'll become trapped and you won't be able to leave that room for the remainder of the game. So now I'm ready. I set this hole in the ground and it's just like I simply make my way around the room, and then when I all sorted up, I'll just shoot him with the Wave Gun. There's a different strat you can do up until round 60 where you spam the Wave Gun at the floor and the windows, but I decided not to do that just because I didn't really find it much fun. Like when I do run 100s, I don't necessarily care if it takes longer as long as the strat I'm doing is more fun. I noticed a lot that the zombies got stuck down in the hole below. I don't know if I was just doing something wrong or it's just something that happens a lot. It's not that big of a deal though, you can just kill them with the Zap Guns. You also gotta be really careful not to break the windows. The Wave Gun itself can't break them, but explosives can. That's why I'm not using the Mustang and Sally's. If the windows break, the entire strat is ruined, you don't have to restart. So for ammo, it's like Ascension. You gotta use the Gershes to try and get drops. And even if you don't get a max ammo, you can just hack them and they'll convert to a max ammo every time. In my opinion, I actually think this is the easiest Black Ops 1 map, but Ascension isn't that far behind. So this map is actually like a little bit hard for me to play because I have astrophobia. Like not every picture of space freaks me out, but you guys know those like pictures of space where it's like a planet and the like space around them is like dark and like you can barely see any stars, that's the kind of shit that just does not resonate with me. Other pictures of space of like galaxies or like all that cool shit, I don't really mind that. It's more of just the ones where it's only stars or it's like darkness. Like I don't fuck with that. The map wasn't like, in the end, it wasn't too bad to play because you really can't see the windows outside that much. And now, the final tier list of Black Ops 1. I think this map is a great window weapon, an awesome setting, a new, unique tactical, which is pretty cool. Easter egg song is pretty ass, however, and the astronaut sucks. But, you know, I absolutely love the wave gun. Here's the hoping it returns one day. I absolutely love the winter weapon. Black Ops 3 Moon, however, I'm gonna say is a lot better. I think that's a general consensus nowadays, is that the Black Ops 3 Moon is just simply better. It looks better. Black Ops 1 Moon, just looking at it it doesn't look very good, but I mean, it's on the moon, you can't really make it look that good. But even like the biodome where it's all green and vegetation and shit, it looks just weird, you know? But Black Ops 3 basically improves everything about Moon. So if I ever play this map again, it's definitely just gonna be on Black Ops 3's Chronicle. My opinion on the map has definitely changed. Last year, I think I would have put it in meh or even bad. This round 100 definitely changed my view on the map. November 13th, 2012, Treyarch releases Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and of course, with it, it releases a zombies mode. Quoted, "If you like zombies, you're really gonna be happy with what we're doing with Black Ops 2. It's one of the most ambitious zombies effort ever." Black Ops 2 would be released with Transit/Green Run. Taking place on a destroyed Earth, in its base mode, Transit is a semi-open world zombies map, featuring 5 prominent locations. Each area of Transit, bus depot, diner, farm, power station, and town is divided by long roads. These long roads, however, are covered in a thick layer of fog. Within the fog is a new special named the Denizens. They'll only spawn within the fog, and they'll attempt to latch onto your face, hindering your movement speed and limiting your vision. However, if the zombie experience isn't your cup of tea, Transit is also divided into 3 survival maps, where you can choose to play in a confined, smaller version of the areas featured within Transit, those being bus depot, farm, and town. Diner, however, is limited to a new mode named Turned, which wouldn't actually release with Black Ops 2, later being in the Revolution DLC. We'll talk more on that later. Speaking of new modes, Grief debuts on this game. It's a 4 vs 4 mode where you and another team will battle against each other. Buildables also debut on this map. Scattered around the map, you are able to find parts that can be built into something useful. Transit features the turbine, which will allow you to open up doors, the zombie shield, which will stop you from being hit in the back, the turret, which will kill zombies, and the electric trap, which you can set down and it'll also kill zombies. Our new wonder weapon, I'm not going to say this right, the Thrust-On Aeronautics Model 23, or the Jet Gun, debuts on this map. The Jet Gun requires 4 parts to be built, which can be found around the map, and it can only be built in town. It's a weaponized jet engine that sucks zombies into it, killing them instantly. It is infinite damage. However, the Jet Gun can break. If the left meter goes all the way to the right, the jet gun will explode. If this happens, the parts will shoot around you, allowing you to rebuild it. A new boss, the Avogadro, debuts on this map. After turning on the power, clouds of lightning will start appearing above the areas. When a round starts with the clouds above, the Avogadro will spawn, teleporting around and shooting electricity at you. He can be taken down by knifing him. A new crew, Victus, debuts on this map, consisting of Samuel Stuhlinger, Marlton Johnson, Abigail Misty Brierton, and Russman. Another map, Nuketown Zombies, would also release alongside Transit. More on that in the next video. On my first attempt, I build the turbine and then leave at round 1, making sure the roof part is at the spawn. Then I get in the bus at round 3, making my way to the diner, and then using the roof part to get the Galvin Knuckles. They're basically a better Bowie knife, and they're insanely useful for the high round, but they cost 6k, so I don't get them immediately. I made points at the diner until the bus left, which brought me to the farm. There's nothing at farm and I can't go into it anyway due to the high run taking place there. So I just run into the fog until I get to the power station, which there I turn on the power. For some reason you have to build the power switch, which just doesn't really make sense. All the pieces are right by each other anyway, so it's not like a challenge or anything. I guess it was just their way of showing off the new buildable system. Turning on power, I leave, run back into the fog, I go into my house and grab a jet gun part. Then I get to the town, buying Jug and then making points there. I got stamina up and then I opened up the bank. A new system on Transit is the bank. Here you can take points out and put points in, which will transfer to map and match to match. It's a really cool, albeit broken system. Then I got this craziest teleport which brought me to Diner. It was a place I exactly needed to be because I got Speed Cool and Galvanicles afterwards. And I hit the box for a little bit. Then I started getting the parts for the jet gun. Then I started opening Pack-a-Punch. Transit is a really dogshit Pack-a-Punch system. You have to go into the power station, place down a turbine, then you have to run all the way back to town. Then it's a 50-50 chance that the door that it's inside the bank will actually be open. I don't know why they didn't just put the Pack-a-Punch at the power station. I failed out on my first attempt, but thankfully I got out on my second, but down in the process. I Pack-a-Punch our weapons and I ran the farm. I had the jet gun, Mustang and Sally's along with the Galvanicles, and that's all I needed to get set up. So after doing everything, getting set up, my game crashed. So this wasn't technically my first attempt, but it's one of the only ones I have left in terms of footage. For some reason, my Black Ops 2 kept crashing, and I thought I fixed it, so I played this match, but it seems I didn't, so it crashed. I posted about it on my community tab, and after posting it, I tried some more stuff, and I ended up just reinstalling the game, which simply just fixed it. I don't know what was wrong with my files, but I'm glad it was a simple solution. On my second attempt, I once again left the spawn at round 2, getting the roof part, then going to Diner. Afterwards, I went to town to get points, and I did things a little bit differently this time, Pack-a-Punching, then building the jet gun, and I got fully set up at only round 9, taking only around 40 minutes. It used to take me about an hour to set up, so I'm glad I finally got the setup time down. So for the strat, you train in front of the farm. I think it has the fastest spawns out of anywhere on the map. Training here is kind of like Call of the Dead or the Machine Spawn. You get zombies spawning from the ground everywhere, in front of you, behind you, it is crazy. The early rounds I spent learning the jet gun. I could only find 2 guides on how to use the jet gun, and they're like a decade old, and don't really explain it very well. So I kinda just mimicked what people were doing in high round videos. While trying to learn at round 15, my dumbass accidentally blew it up because I wasn't paying attention to the meter, so I had to run all the way around the map to rebuild it. Then at round 18, I accidentally lunged into a horde of zombies, taking my first down. At round 21, I finally started to slowly figure out a rhythm on how the jet gun worked. So here's how the jet gun works. It has 2 meters. The left and right ones start moving when you start holding down to the left click. The right meter has to reach 30 RPM to actually kill a zombie. But since the left meter is also moving, you're using up energy while not even killing a zombie. So to negate this, you use the Galvanicles. So you hit with the Galvanicles, and then when your arm fully leaves the screen is when I usually start holding down left click. And when the jet gun is being brought back up, the left meter won't actually move, but the right one still will. So when the jet gun starts firing and it kills a zombie, I knife again immediately, so the left one doesn't move very much. It wasn't that good of an explanation. It's kind of hard to explain. You really have to use it to learn it. But as a good piece of advice, when you hit with the Galvanicles, as soon as your arm leaves the screen is when I usually start holding it down. At round 47, while trying to get the max ammo, zombies just smacked the shit out of me, leading to a down. At that point, I was out of quick revives, and I decided to just keep going because I wanted to learn the jet gun some more. At round 50, I took a screenshot to post on Twitter, and yes, this is a reminder. I usually post video and round updates over there, so if you ever want to know what round I'm on or when a video is coming out, just follow me over there. Then, unfortunately, at round 59, some zombies spawned in front of me from the ground, and I got stuck, which led to me dying. Sucks that I wasted 5 hours on that attempt, but I didn't give up. On my final attempt, I left Bus Depot at round 3. Then at Diner, I decided to change up my setup. There's a shortcut at Diner that leads to town. I got my points, then used a turbine to temporarily turn on Jug and Stamina up to buy them. If you do this, the perks won't actually activate until the power's on. I just bought them early so I won't have to do it later. It's honestly a pretty cool feature that should be brought back. Being able to buy disabled perks if the power isn't on, then having them activate when the power is on. Then I Pack-a-Punch, built a jet gun, and got set up by only round 7 and in only 30 minutes. Every time I high round, I think about the time Tom Kane said he recorded like over 4,000 voice lines for Tokyo. Then I do high rounds and I hear the same 4 voice lines just over and over. I heard that damn voice line on Ascension with Dempsey about the goddamn like limp shit 3 times in a row. It's burned in my memory. I will only ever play Rustman or Misty on the Victus maps because the voice lines don't make me want to kill myself. So for insta-kills, the M16's noob tube is amazing. It has insane range. I'm shooting in the middle of the road and it's killing all of them. And I have the Mustang and Stellies for speed and when I run out of ammo with the tube. I gotta say, even after learning the jet gun, it's still honestly just dog shit. It's not fun to use, and I don't care if it has infinite damage, it still only kills 3 zombies at a time. It's not good. This whole high round was just painful. Not only is it insanely boring, but it's just so awful to look at. I mean, look at this footage. What am I supposed to look at? The only time shit gets intense is when the bus comes by. But even then, it's more of an advantage because you can go on top of it and then the zombies can't run up there. Not much happened until round 69 where I took my first down. It's very easy to get set back up though, so you have a lot of space and Jug isn't too far away. Avogadro is insanely easy to take out. When he comes by, just punch him 2 times with the Galvo Knuckles and he's gone. Plus he rarely comes to you, not much of a threat. So at round 70 I went to bed because I was tired as shit, and then I woke back up at like 12 PM. Then my friend called me on Discord and we decided to do a little late night test stream. I forgot that I could record and stream at the same time in OBS, so the footage is going to be pretty low quality for a little bit. Dude, out of every map that I could have live streamed, this might have been the worst one.
Why is that?
Because look at this gameplay. And then at round 73 I ended up downing. Are you a lean lever or a
Oh shit.
Dude, I don't want to restart, for the love of God, please. Chat, the lean comment fucked me. Chat.
Bro, you apologize.
Great Phoenix, if I die, you're doing this. Great Phoenix, I'm gonna come to your house and I'm gonna force you to do transit round 100. Imagine downing in like the biggest training spot you could ever have. That's my favorite zombies. Cold War is above Black Ops 3 for me.
I love how Cold War works mechanically.
The gameplay, the perk mechanic, the guns, the wonder weapons. God, man, you ever use the crystal eggs? I'm not up in my box.
The maps are just really good.
I mean, wait.
Why did you say that?
Like, dude, my tier list is gonna be so devious because like all the Black Ops 4 maps, like at least half the Black Ops 4 maps are gonna be at the top. If anything, they're gonna only do the campaign like they did Modern Warfare 2. Because think about it, we can already play every single Black Ops 1 Zombies map apart from 5 on Black Ops 3, and only one of them isn't official. I feel like it would make the most amount of sense to fully remaster Black Ops 2 more than any of the others. But I just don't think it's ever gonna happen. I think they're only ever gonna do campaign. New boss, Avogadro. How hard is he gonna be to kill? Whoa, he's dead, Chad. Whoa.
Could be, bro.
In terms of what, like playing them?
Of what? Yeah, what we talking about here?
Because I give a very different answer. Like playing them. Cav. Having sexual intercourse? And then once again, I ended up going down at round 78. Why did I jump? Why the fuck did I jump? That was so fucking preventable. Matt Below's ass. I need to play so unbelievably safe. So for the tier list, Transit's gonna be our first bad map. I just don't think that many zombie maps are actually that bad. In fact, I only think 2 are. But Transit is so, it's just so unfun to play. That map layout sucks. Running across the long ass roads in the fog is so damn boring. Even after letting the jet gun, I still hate it. And I don't think I'm ever gonna use it again, nor am I ever gonna play this map again. The denizens are annoying, the Avogadro is a terrible boss. You've probably heard all these a million times already if you've been in the zombies community for a long time. And there's a reason people say these things. It's because they're all true. Die Rise release January 29th, 2013 with the Revelation DLC is the 14th zombie map so far, being a sequel to Transit and taking place on 2 destroyed skyscrapers in China. A new wonder weapon, the Slickifier, debuts on this map. Taking 4 pieces to build, the Slickifier fires an unknown purple substance. When the liquid comes in contact with a zombie, it'll cause them to slip around, exploding after a while. If shot into the ground without hitting a zombie, it'll only cause them to slide around. A new buildable, the Trample Steam, debuts on this map. Taking 4 pieces to build, any zombie or player that runs into the Trample Steam will be sent flying in the direction it's placed. A new special zombie, Jumping Jacks, debut on this map. Spawning in every 4 to 5 rounds, Jumping Jacks will spawn near you and then start rapidly jumping around the room attempting to get you. If you kill every Jumping Jack within the round with 100% accuracy, they'll reward you with a free perk. A new perk, Who's Who, debuts on this map. After drinking the perk, next time you go down, you'll be put in a ghost-like form of yourself, with only an M1911. You have to run to your down self and then revive yourself to get back up. If you successfully do this, you'll regain all of your perks apart from Who's Who. A new game mode, Turn, debuts with this DLC. Turn is able to be played on Diner. One player is a human while others are zombies. Every time a human kills a zombie, they gain a new weapon. After cycling through every weapon, the human wins. If the timer reaches 0 before that, the player with the most points wins. Zombies can run and smack a human to then turn into the human. And finally, I need to mention a few things that I forgot on Transit. Transit debuted a new perk named Tombstone. After drinking Tombstone, when going down you have the option to feed the zombies. Doing this will kill you instantly but drop a tombstone on the ground where you died. When you spawn in next round, you're able to pick up the tombstone and regain all of your weapons and perks. Tombstone is only available in co-op. Double Tap gets a buff for Black Ops 2. Renamed the Double Tap 2.0, along with doubling your fire rate, Double Tap will now also increase every gun that isn't a one weapon's damage. And persistent upgrades, also known as perma perks. These are tons of different effects that can occur by doing certain actions. There are tons and tons of perma perks, and I simply can't talk about all of them right now. So I suggest this video by Marsh where he explains and ranks every single perma perk in Black Ops 2. Anyways, now here we are. At round 2, I open up the first door and then part switch to the trample steam part to lead them down this little drop, as the build table is down there. And I almost died at round 3 because for some reason the zombie was hitting me and I just didn't move. But after it hit me twice, I realized I had perma-jug. I can't even remember getting it or how to get it in the first place, but I had it. So I built a trample steam, bought quick, and then left the area. Finishing a jack round and then going down the elevator shaft to get the power. All the perks and pack points are random in elevators, so I have to go find them. Then I got points in that big red room, whatever its name is. Then I jumped over the power and then took points out of the bank. I don't know what the limit is to how many points you can put in the bank, but I know I had that shit maxed out after transit. Then I turned on power and started getting the points for the slicker-fire, and unlike the jet gun, the slicker-fire is actually a weapon that you hold instead of a buildable. Then I spent an embarrassingly long amount of time trying to figure out how the hell to get out of that area. Around 9 during a jumping jack round, I decided to risk it and get a free perk, and it paid off because I ended up getting speed cola, and I had no idea where it was, so this was a blessing. And for some absolutely just insane reason, stamina just isn't on this map, so I bought Double Tap 2. Sure, the strat is sitting in the corner, but you know, it's the go. I would still get stamina. So I had all my perks and I had the Pack-a-Punch AN, so I was already able to start the strat. The Liquefire can't be Pack-a-Punch to upgrade in any way like the jet gun, so I just went ahead and started. And I gotta say, this is without a doubt the easiest way to get the round 100s in zombies. All you do is sit here, shoot the Liquefire, and let it do all the work. And when the Liquefire is about to run out, shoot it again. In this strat, the spawns are so fast, it's like playing with power vacuum. You get so many drops, and there's the leaper rounds, so you never have to worry about ammo. If you're very, very careful with your shots and you know when to shoot, it's a breeze. This liquefier conveniently kills all the way up to round 100. It didn't even feel like I was playing for 2 hours and I was already at round 80. At the time of recording this voiceover, I don't even know if I'm gonna do a game over cinematic, because what the hell am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to make this gameplay look cool? Stuff like this makes me think of the Black Ops 4 high rounds, where every single one can be done by sitting in the goddamn corner. I don't even have, like, I don't know what to say in terms of what's going on. You can see that I'm just shooting and standing still. There was a point where I was watching my video and looking at my other monitor more than I was actually looking at the gameplay, because I just did not need to. It felt like my brain was just turning off halfway through this. I don't even know, what do I even say? Do I just do the tier list now? Do I talk about my life? I gotta think of something. For some reason, Mill Kick is weirdly low quality than the rest of the perks. I like Cold War more than Black Ops 3. I love Blood of the Dead. That map, I love that. I'm running out of things to say, so fuck it. Here's the tier list. I don't really know where to put Die Rise. It's not a bad map by any means. Waiting for the elevator is simply just a minor inconvenience. It really isn't that big of a deal. And if you die to fall damage or fail up hardcore, you get just ass at the game. The Liquefire is fucking badass. Cool ass one weapon. That shit is so good. Easter egg song is kinda ass though. I really like the idea of the setting of the map, but I don't know, it's just the skybox in the surrounding area, you know, that's awesome. That shit looks so good. But inside the map, you know, in the buildings, it's just ass, you know. It's gray, it doesn't look good, it's not nice to look at. You know, this map without a doubt is not worse than Transit. I'd rather play Die Rise all day every day than ever play Transit again. The layout can be pretty annoying, but yeah, it's not that bad. So I think it would have gone in okay. However, it doesn't have stamina, so it's knocked down a tier and it's going in meh. WAW-BO the Dead released April 16th, 2013, with the Uprising DLC. A shift in zombies occurred at this time. Maps before this were directed by a man named Jimmy Selinsky. He's one of the creators of the zombies mode as a whole, but with this map a new director would step in, named Jason Blundell. Taking place on Alcatraz Island, it's the second map to feature a celebrity cast. Michael Madsen as Michael Finn O'Leary, Joe Pantoliano as Albert the Weasel Arlington, Chaz Palminteri as Salvador DeLuca, and the late Ray Liotta as Billy Handsome. The Blundergat is the map's wonder weapon. Set as a mix of the blunderbuss and Gatling gun, the Blundergat is a high-powered, heavy-hitting shotgun that can be upgraded to the Acid Gat by building a kit found around the map. Shooting the Acid Gat, zombies will be attracted to the green pellets it fires. Not being a buildable, the Blundergat is a first wonder weapon that can also be acquired by not even hitting the box. Instead, you can do a quest for it. The Hell's Retriever is a wonder weapon and tactical weapon that debuts on this map. It's a tomahawk when thrown will kill multiple zombies and return to you after killing them. Afterlife is a new mechanic that debuts on this map. After either downing or shocking yourself with a high voltage panel, you'll enter a ghost-like form that's able to jump and move at high speeds, along with shooting electricity out of your hands. The map doesn't feature a power switch, and Afterlife is the alternative. You'll activate perks, doors, and map objectives with it. Buildables get an update with Mob. Instead of picking up pieces one by one, you'll be able to hold everything at once and see what you need by holding tab. Electric Cherry is a perk that debuts on this map. After drinking the perk, next time you reload, an electric barrier will form around you. Brutus is a new mid-round boss. After spawning in, when near something, he'll lock it down, costing you 2,000 points to unlock it. He can lock down anything, and after he locks down something, he'll come after you like a normal zombie. And now here we are on Alcatraz. Spawning in Afterlife, I made points till round 3, where I started to feed the dogs for the Hell's Retriever. After feeding a dog, I enter Afterlife to open up the Warden's office, then I turn on Electric Cherry and open up the cell for free double points. Into the Afterlife once again to get the Warden's key and open up another cell for another double points. You can only get the 3 Afterlives per round and you can't stay in it forever. I think it might be maybe 30 seconds you can stay in it. Open up the cafeteria, then hit the box, and first hit I got the ray gun, so that'll keep me going for a little while. Then I took the gondola down to the docks where I turned on Jug and opened up a gate for the plane piece, almost dying in Afterlife in the process. Got Jug, started tweaking the second dog, then got the plane piece. Entered Afterlife again in this machine area to turn on these machines that'll allow me to get a plane piece up in the prison. Then I ran to the spiral kind of area, then once again went to Afterlife to put 3 numbers in this shock thing number counter, then lower a cage, it'll get you another plane piece. Then I accidentally built the Acid Gat in the wrong place. I meant to build the shield right here in the cafeteria. I didn't care enough to restart, so I just continued. It's an annoyance, but it's not going to be too bad, hopefully. Anyways, I fed the 3rd and last dog, then finally got the Hell's Retriever. Then I threw the Hell's Retriever at these locations where I got a blue skull, and then after doing that, I'll go to the Warden's office where I get a free Blundergat. Got Speed Cooler because it's insanely useful with this weapon, and then I do the lockdown to get the last plane piece, which then I turn the Blundergat into the Acid Gat, go up to the roof, build the plane, then flying in the air I get a moment of peace, but that piece is short-lived as I crash into the Golden Gate Bridge. Luckily, however, the Pack-a-Punch is here. So I Pack-a-Punch the Acid Gat, then spend a couple rounds here only using the Hell's Retriever so I can upgrade it. Then we go back to the prison, I throw my Hell's Retriever into this pit, and then go into Afterlife where I first got the Retriever to pick up the upgraded version, the Hell's Redeemer. Then I start hitting the box for a while to get the Reagan Mark II. The Mark II didn't debut on this map, so just pretend it doesn't exist. After getting it, I fly back to the bridge to Pack-a-Punch, then I start the early run strategy. So in this little underground area, right by double tap, I spam the Acid Gat and the Redeemer at this doorway and window. There's not too much to say, as this is really just all I did for a while up until round 43. Then at round 43, I started running low on ammo, so I decided to leave. I know most people do this up until about round 64, but I just hate shit like this. It's just so boring. But in the end, honestly, so is the high round strat. Well, it's not too bad. 10 times better than Transit, I'll say that. And I don't want to kill myself halfway through it. I didn't mind it too much, honestly. It's just as simple as running around the cafeteria using the Hell's Redeemer. And then when the trap is up, you stand on these stairs. The zombies above will barely spawn. If they do, they won't fully come down, instead trying to hit you through the railing. So Mob is one of the most infamous maps of all time. Everybody loves this map. And honestly, I do too. I love its aesthetic. It fits the kind of stuff that I like. And I love the whole, kind of mobster stuff. The Blundergat, honestly, in the end, it's really not that good of a wonder weapon, in my opinion, but it's, it doesn't make it any less sick. It's a giant-ass 4-burst shotgun thing that's just fucking awesome. Thing that weighs this map down for me a bit is just the fact that it's on Black Ops 2. I'm not that big of a fan of Black Ops 2 zombies, because I'm not, I don't like the gameplay very much, to be honest. Something about it just, I don't like returning to this game. And it sucks because, you know, this game has Buried and Mob of the Dead, and I fucking love Buried and Mob of the Dead. It just sucks that this is the only way to play these two maps. Back to the strat, if I ever go down, it's a pretty simple route of running to the gondola, getting Jug quick, and taking it back up. Around 71, like Shang, I went to bed due to being too tired to keep going. I'd rather sleep and continue the next day instead of being too tired and being sloppy, resulting in a down. Afterwards, things went moderately smoothly. Took a few downs here and there, mostly in the same way, not too much to mention. And then it took 11 hours, but we finally reached round 100. To celebrate, I fly the plane one last time to the Golden Gate Bridge, say goodbye to Mob. Well, for a while at least. Oh yeah, the tier list. I'm honestly just not too sure where to place Mob. I love the map, but don't know if it'd really be a favorite of mine, as crazy as that sounds. Plus, you know, it doesn't have stamina. The Blundergat, like I said, is an insanely cool ass one-to weapon. Brutus is honestly a really good boss. The Redeemer is, oh man, it's sick. The Easter egg songs, ooh, damn, they're good. Unfortunately, I can't speak for the map's main quest as I haven't done it. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with Love. Honestly, I really only have about 3-4 favorite maps, and we're still a little while away till we get to them. But I feel pretty good about this pick. But who knows? Maybe it'll change in the future once I do the main quest. Buried released July 2nd, 2013 with the Vengeance DLC pack. Remember that Zelensky fella I mentioned last video? Yeah, this would be his last zombies map. Fortunately, unlike Transit and Die Rise, this map is amazing. Taking place in an old American western town buried underground, the Paralyzer and the Reagan Mark II debut on this map as the wonder weapons. Shooting a zombie with the Paralyzer will cause them to slow down and eventually explode. It can also allow you to fly around, bypassing doors you haven't opened yet, making shortcuts. The Reagan Mark II is like its previous counterpart, firing some green energy stuff, but this time it's a 3-round burst. Arthur is a friendly NPC that can help you, from opening new areas or locking down the box, or helping you build something. He can do a lot to help out the team. Vulturate is a new perk that makes its first and only appearance on the zombies map. With this perk, you'll be able to see the icons of perks, wall weapons, and the mystery box through walls, along with zombies dropping small packets of ammo and points. Killing them will cause the green gas to stay where they died, and if you step in it, it will hide you from the zombies. The Subsurface Resonator and the Head Chopper are two new buildables that debut on this map. The Subsurface is kind of like a mini thunder gun. Placing it down will release a burst of wind, killing zombies in front of it, with the Head Chopper simply being a chopper that chops heads. And here we are, the penultimate map of Black Ops 2. By the time I was on Shang with Black Ops 1, I was so damn tired of playing that game, mostly because I've played Black Ops 1 zombies to death. But with Black Ops 2, honestly, I don't feel too bad. Mostly because Black Ops 2 is my absolute least played zombies game. Anyways, I got 2,000 points to get the L set because it's nice to have a weapon on spawn. Then I dropped down, go on this slide to get into the town. I tried to make this jump, but it didn't work because my ass does not know how to strafe. Then I ran into the jail that unlocked the cage for Arthur, then gave him some boost so he can slam his head into this pile of rubble. And like every match of Buried to have ever been played by anybody ever, I give him some candy to lock down the box so it never moves. I have actually never seen the box in any other area on this map, not by myself or in any videos. I don't even know what any other box locations are. Then once again I made Arthur. I'm not using that name. Then once again I made Leroy use his head to open up Jug for me. Afterwards I got the part for the subsurface and then gave Leroy some candy near the table where he put it so he builds it for me. But yeah, and I also got Meal Kick. Spun the box, got the Mark II, then another hit later I got the Paralyzer. Pretty sure I had that better box perma perk, so this wasn't much of a surprise. But the wonder weapons are very common on this map anyway. Then I got Leroy to build the turbine, ran through the ghost house to get the pack a punch. After killing the ghost, I got the free perk which gave me double tap, which is exactly what I wanted anyway. Did I fuck up saying double tap? After pack a punching my weapons, I decided to train in the main area, and I know that there's a faster early round strategy, but that one sucks, so I decided just to do this. Then I went down at 23, but it's fine. I got my perks back, but I did lose the Paralyzer. Didn't take too much longer to get it back though. At round 27, I started the high round strategy, and this is it. Yeah. No, I mean, most of it. After a while, the subsurface will break, so I have to fly up here to get a new one. Then after about, like 4 subsurfaces, the turbine will start to break, so I have to break it myself using the zombies and do a little jumping and flying to go get a new one. And I'm gonna just say this now, this round 100 was fucking dreadful. I mean, this shit blew dick out of the ass. It was so boring. This is why I'm an AAT lover, to be honest. I mean, it just makes the high rounding, you know, better, so you don't have to do some dumb shit like this to go up in the rounds. If you're somebody that wants to get in the high rounding, stay away from Black Ops 2. This game fucking sucks for high round. I mean, I haven't tried the Origin, so I mean, I don't know if it's much better, but from what I've seen, it's kind of sucked dick just as much as the others. Like, I love this map. I mean, the Western aesthetic, the wonder weapons, the layout, it's all good. I love all that. But the high round just, oh my god. Like, when I get on a map, I usually get on the high round, you know. I don't really get on a map to just get the wonder weapon or, you know, get pack and then get off. I mean, apart from the numerous times I've done that on a Setsubo in the machine. But apart from that, you know, if I get on a map, it's for getting the high round or doing the Easter egg if I haven't done it. Like Mob, you know, that map is fucking awesome. Everything about it is sick. But the high rounds are just kind of AIDS, you know, also then like Buried. Once again, I absolutely love this map, but the high rounds are just so goddamn bad. I mean, I don't even have anything to say about this match, to be honest. I mean, I'm just sitting here watching a subsurface kill them, and then occasionally getting a new one or getting a new turbine, and that's just it. And it sucks because I keep giving you guys these short ass videos, but it's because I don't have much to say. I mean, I just don't. Man, this is why streaming would just be so much better. I mean, only if my internet wasn't fucking terrible. Here's a tier list. Now, I should have said from the beginning of these tier lists when I started doing them back in 5 that these are mostly rated by the high round ability of them. But of course, you know, there's still the rating of how much I like the map. You know, that's why the Shinonuma and Varrock are so high. It's because not only do I love them, but doing the high rounds of them are also quite fun. I know it mostly seems like I was dogging on Buried this entire time, but I do really I do really enjoy this map quite a lot, and I love the Western setting. I mean, Red Dead Redemption 2 is my favorite game of all time. Both wonder weapons are so damn awesome. Leroy is a great addition, Vulture's Aid is quite a cool perk, and the Easter egg songs, oh man, if you haven't heard Always Running, fuck you, honestly, just fuck you. It's just that good of a song. I think I'll put it in great. I mean, it's really bordering loving great, but I think it's gonna go in great for now. Hey, like Mob, it might go up when I eventually do the Easter egg. Also, anything below favorites can really just be changed in order of how much I like them. It really just depends. Origins released August 27th, 2013, with the Apocalypse DLC. Serving as the finale to Black Ops 2 Zombies, Origins completely changes the way zombies can be played. Bob the Dead was the starting ground to what zombies would become, and Origins fully kicks it off. From a large quest to upgrade your wonder weapons to giant robots that can crush you. Taking place at Excavation Site 64 in northern France, Origins featured 4 new wonder weapons. The Elemental Staff, consisting of the Ice Staff, Fire Staff, Wind Staff, and Lightning Staff. All 4 wonder weapons are built from 5 parts and then are able to be upgraded from a quest. Blood Money, Zombie Blood, and Empty Perk Bottle are 3 new power-ups that debut on this map. Blood Money can give you a random amount of perks from 25 to 250. Zombie Blood will mask you from zombies appearing invisible to them. And the Empty Perk Bottle will give you an extra perk slot, allowing you more than 4 perks. The Wonder Fizz is a new utility that debuts on this map. It's like a mystery box, but instead of a random gun, it's a random perk. The Panzer Soldat is a new mid-round boss that debuts on this map. A new crew, Premise, debuts on this map. A younger alternate dimension version of our characters that were featured from Shinonuma to Moon. Honorable mentions of new features are the Maxis Drone, Challenges, the Shovel/Dig Sites, G-Strikes, the Tank, and 1-inch Punch. So here we are, the finale of Black Ops 2 Zombies. Spawning in this bunker, grab this shovel and a brain in a jar. Then I turn on the first generator. Afterwards, buying this door, the Gen 3, as that's what a box is. And luckily, the robot was coming this way, so I run underneath it and shoot the foot. That's like a little, it like opens up a little passageway, door kind of thing on it. I don't really know what to call it, but I shoot it, and that brings me into the robot so I can grab the first piece for the wind staff. Coming back down, I turn on Gen 3, then hit the box and get the PDW, and then I dug up a Remington and an ice staff part along with getting the first shield piece. I went to Gen 2 and luckily again the robot was coming this way, but I wasn't able to make it into the foot this time. Bought some doors to go into the main area and got into another robot's foot where I got the second wind staff piece. Turned on Gen 4 and made points so I could buy Jug, and then at round 6 I got the final part for the wind staff. And like a true Origins player, I killed the Panzer with the MP40. Went below PAP to grab the gramophone, then I ran back to Gen 4 where the wind tunnel is, using the gramophone to build the portal to go to the crazy place which is in Agartha. You got all that? Good. Because in Agartha, I pick up this crystal so I can complete the wind staff. I wasn't sure you needed the wind staff if you're only getting to run 100, but it ended up being useful. Back on Earth, I finally get the wind staff, and shortly after at round 10, I get my last ice staff part. Back on Agartha, I do a puzzle with the wind staff to start the upgrade process. Then I shot this dome kind of rock thing to line up the smoke coming out of it to point at Pack-a-Punch. After shooting the domes, a beam will come from the middle where I can turn these little, man, I don't know what they call these, like little cylinder, circular, stone kind of things. That doesn't matter. I turn these until they turn yellow. When they're all aligned, I shoot this ball and go back to Agartha to kill 20 zombies to fully upgrade the wind staff. I'm not done, however, as I have to run across the map to go into a different tunnel which leads me back into Agartha, but this time it's an ice tunnel so I can get the ice crystal and get the ice staff. Then once I get the ice staff, I once again go back into Agartha to complete this little puzzle where these little dots are on the wall, and then I shoot these rocks floating in the air that have symbols on them and then match them up. I promise this makes sense. Then I go back to Earth, freeze these gravestones and shoot them, and then a beam will come from the middle again, line up the rocks again to make them blue, and then I shoot the ball again, go back to Agartha, put the ice staff in this thing, kill 20 zombies, and bam, it's upgraded. Anyways, I start hitting the box to get the monkeys, which I got at round 15, and the ray gun Mark II, which I did not end up getting until round fucking 49. So here it is, the early game strat. I sit in this mud path along the church and just kind of sit here with the ice staff shooting it. Not really too much to talk about again, you know, I'm just kind of sitting here. There's not too much really going on. Pretty sure the ice staff kills until somewhere like around 115, maybe 120, somewhere around there. Yeah, I mean, there's not really too much to talk about. I was supposed to hold out a claymore while you're doing this, but I ended up not doing it right now because I wanted to learn how long the ice staff goes on the ground for before I start holding out the claymore. It's only about 7 seconds. The strat's kind of like die rises in a way. Late into this, I realized that electric cherry would be like really good for this. So I started to try and get the red dig sites, but then I realized I needed 2 dig sites because I got the free double point from a challenge earlier. At round 61, I found my second red dig site that holds an empty perk bottle so I can get another perk. And I gotta say, this run was just... oh, I fucked this run up so much. This strat of sitting here doesn't really work past round like 64 or 70 because you use too much ammo. But I still tried to do it because, you know, it's my first time, and to be honest, I didn't do that much research. And I ended up running out of ammo, and like a fucking just dumbass, numerous times throughout the match, I'd run around for like 40 minutes trying to get a max ammo. The first time I ran out of ammo with the ice staff, I tried to get max ammo with the wind staff, which is, you know, that's why you build it in the first place. You kill zombies with the wind staff until you get a max ammo, and then you pick back up the ice staff and get the max ammo with it. But when I did it, I ended up never getting one, and at round 61, I just kind of... I can't lie, I just gave up. It was just so bewildering what I was doing. I just couldn't take it anymore. Second attempt went a lot better because I stopped being fucking stupid. Built the wind staff at round 9, got it upgraded by round 10, then built the ice staff at round 12, got it upgraded by round 13. And I was headed back up around 21. Once again, I did the camping strat in the mud. Not too much to talk about there, I'm just standing still, but this time I held the claymore out. This time at round 64, I left the area, as that's when zombies reach their max spawn rate and speed. Or it might actually be 65. I don't know. I hear people say it's round 64, but then I hear it's around 65, so I don't know, maybe it changes between the games. Anyways, now I'm in the high ground strat. Back behind the Gen 2 bunker, I start right here. I can't really explain the area, you just kinda gotta see it. And the zombies spawn perfectly, so when I start running around them, I don't get trapped. And when they fully all spawn in, I run around when they're all near each other. Back at the place I started at, I shoot the ice staff down, then start holding out the claymore, and they all die. And some zombies spawning in will die too, so you kill about, I think I heard it was 30 to 33 zombies. So it may not seem fast, but to be honest, it actually is. The reason you hold out the claymore is that if you shoot the ice staff without holding it out, the zombies will do an animation where they freeze and then fall back and break. But if you're holding out the claymore, instead, when the zombies get frozen, they'll just explode. It's a lot like it kills them faster if you have the Claymore out, because the game thinks you're killing them with the Claymore. I know it sounds like some bullshit, but it's actually how that works. And this run was going pretty well, but notice I said second attempt and not final. On round 75, I'm feeling pretty hungry, so I made some food, and on OBS I ended the recording so the file can remix itself into an MP4 from an MKV. When I was done eating, I started back up the recording, and both of my monitors flashed black for a second. Everything was still there, so I thought, oh, it's fine, but then I clicked on Black Ops 2 and it stopped responding, and then it just crashed shortly after. With almost any other map, I'd be completely drained of motivation to keep playing, but with Origin, I always had the feeling of wanting to hop back on and try again. It just goes to show how amazing this map is. On my final attempt, I got the Wind Staff at round 7, upgraded by round 8, Ice Staff by round 12, upgraded by round 13. Basically the same as last time. And I decided not to get stamina up this time to get electric cherries by force so I wouldn't have to get a red dig site, but I accidentally got PhD, so I had to go get dig sites anyway. So fun fact, this is the last map to feature PhD, as future iterations of the perk would be PhD Slider instead. Also the perk icon is lower quality than the rest. Got the Mark II by round 16 along with my first red dig site and my second dig site at round 21. Got into the shred at round 20 and once again sat into the mud up until round 64, and finally we're back into the strat. So let's talk about Origins. Origins is a very popular map. I mean, there's a reason it's on top of most people's tier lists. It's a really good map. As someone that's never played Origins before, it might sound like there's a lot to do and it's gonna take forever to get set up on the map, but it really isn't, to be honest. After doing it once or twice, you'll understand that it's really not that bad or tedious. It's quite fun. Now, obviously, some people will still find it annoying to set up on maps like these, and I completely understand. If you don't like Black Ops 3 or 4, because doing simple things like getting PAP turns into a quest, and you're gonna have to look up the guide just to pack a punch, that's completely understandable. I'm just the type of person that doesn't mind doing a bunch of things on zombies. In fact, I like a map more if it has tons of shit to do. That's why I love Black Ops 4 so much. Getting a staff takes 3 parts, a disc, and a crystal. The crystal and disc are both the same for each staff, it's just it's a different disc for all of them, but they're just in a location you have to press F on and pick it up. And they're on all 4 crystals in the crazy place. It's the 3 parts that change between the staffs. Like for the ice staff, it needs to be snowy and you have to dig up the parts from the dig site. But for the wind staff, you need to go in all 3 robots to get the parts. And really, those 2 staffs can be got just by playing the map without seeking them. Honestly, I'm just rambling at this point. At round 71, the Panzer slammed in front of me and my PC froze. Thankfully, nothing crashed and the game came back. Technically, this is my 4th attempt. My actual first attempt doesn't exist anymore, like I don't have the footage. So I was playing, and for some godforsaken reason, Discord will freeze my whole PC and crash itself. Normally, it's just Discord that closes, but this goddamn time, it also closed my browser and OBS. And I ended up downing on Zombie. The worst part is, OBS's output was set to MP4, so I lost the entire recording and I just gave up. So, for the final tier list of Black Ops 2, I can't lie, I don't really know where to put Origins. Cause I really love the map, but I don't know if it'd be a favorite of mine, as good as it is. The wonder weapons along with the quest upgrade are my fun, you know, the weapons themselves are really awesome. Can't speak for the main quest once again, I've only ever done the quest on Black Ops 3, the Aether maps on 4, and Cold Wars. Hopefully I can start doing the older Easter eggs soon. I don't actually like the Easter egg song Archangel, oh fuck, I don't know how to say it. The main Easter egg song. Shepherd of Fire, that was amazing. And the third one, that's like called Aether or something, it's also pretty ass. This was the only fun Black Ops 2 high round, the other ones fucking sucked. I'm not much of a fan of how much back and forth there is. I also don't like how the fire staff and lightning staff don't kill on high rounds. I think honestly every wonder weapon should be infinite damage. I think it'll go in love for now. Once again, like the other Black Ops 2 maps, it'll most likely move in tier once I do the main quest. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 released November 6, 2015. With this, Zombies goes from a side mode to a main mode, having its own XP level progression system, allowing you to rise in levels, unlocking new equipment. Black Ops 3 brings some new features to Zombies, so let's get to them. Weapon kits debut in Black Ops 3. In the menus, you are now able to add attachments to weapons you get out of the box, along with adding camos to them. Almost every normal weapon is able to be customized in this way. Sliding is a new movement that comes to Zombies. Dolphin diving has been replaced by sliding. When running, hold C to start sliding. Gobblegums debut with this game. Acquired by interacting with a Gobblegum machine on a given map, they act as an upgrade to help you out during gameplay. They come in two forms. Classic gums are free, unlockable, and unlimited use. Mega gums are got from liquid diviniums and are limited use. Liquid diviniums can either be bought with real money or slowly gotten from playing the game. You can equip up to 5 to use in game, and effects can range from hiding you from zombies to giving you every perk immediately. Alternate ammo types, or AATs, make their first appearance. With any bullet weapon, after packet punching it, you're able to do it again, giving the weapon one of 5 possible AATs that cycle each time you repack the weapon. Blast Furnace will make a zombie burst into flames, spreading it to others around, killing them. Fireworks will spawn a weapon from the floor, shooting in all directions. Turn will turn a zombie into an ally for a while, helping you out killing the other zombies as well. Deadwire will electrocute zombies, acting kinda like a mini Wonder Wall. Thunderwall will blast zombies away, once again acting like a mini version of a Wonder Weapon, that being the Thunder Gun this time. Black Ops 3 released with 2 zombie maps, Shadows of Evil and The Giant. The Giant is a remake of the World at War map De Reese, following the events of Origins. It's mostly the same, with the additions of the Black Ops 3 features, and a new side Easter egg that unlocks another perk on the map. Shadows of Evil takes place in Morgue City, with 4 criminals taken by the Shadow Man, forcing them to collect the summoning key for him. The map features their second celebrity cast in Zombies. Ron Perlman plays Floyd Campbell, an up-and-coming boxer that continues to lose. Not fighting for 8 months until he's given the opportunity to go up against a high-level boxer, he decides to fight dirty, using brass knuckles to win the fight, leading to the man he fought to die from his injuries. Heather Graham plays Jessica Rose, a burlesque dancer with dreams of becoming a Hollywood star. In an attempt to make her dreams become a reality, she sleeps with the producer and was caught by a photographer who threatens to blackmail her. Jessica lures the photographer to a trap, killing him. Jeff Goldblum plays Nero Blackstone. Formerly a very successful magician, his career started to sink after being rated the worst magician of the year. The Shadow Man, as mentioned earlier, bribed Nero's accountant to get him in the debt. With Nero thinking his wife accumulated the debt, he killed her in a stage accident for insurance money. Neil McDonough plays Jack Benson, a crooked cop that made deals with criminals all over the city. The mayor eventually starting to look into him, he started to murder his associates to keep his name clean. The Apothecary Servant is the map's wonder weapon, an interdimensional black hole shooting gun, one of the most, if not the most powerful wonder weapon in Zombies history. The Apothecary Sword is the map's specialist wonder weapon. The sword is a powerful weapon to use. It can either be swung around or it can use a devastating charge into the ground to shock zombies in the area. The sword can also be upgraded, changing the second ability to one where the sword will fly around killing zombies. 3 new enemies debut on this map, the Margwas, Parasites, and Insanity Elements. Widow's Wine is a new perk that debuts on this map. Your grenades will change into spider webs, to which when a zombie hits you, they'll get stuck by the webs. You can hold up to 4 of these. Whenever you lose one, zombies will start dropping more, which you can pick up. Mark of the Beast, or Beast Mode, is a new mechanic on Shadows. Like a spiritual successor to Afterlife, Beast Mode is got by going to a podium and turning into the beast. Much like Afterlife, you use the beast to turn on perks and get to new areas. On my first attempt, I spawn in, shock these stairs, quick revive this crane and stamina, along with breaking this box for the summoning key. Feels good to finally be back, and I gotta say before we continue, I had a mod on that lets me use Megas offline. Now, you may be asking, why not just use classics? Honestly, not really sure why I didn't. I rarely use the Megas at all, so probably not going to use them on next time. Also, the only thing that I used the Megas for was for max ammos, and I didn't even need that because I got a good amount of max ammos just from zombies. So if you don't count this run 100 because of that, well, I don't blame you. I'll most likely end up redoing this run 100 in the future. The reason I'm going to play online in the first place is because, you know, I don't trust Black Ops 3 not to implode within itself and kick me off, but it's fine, I think. Anyways, with the object I got from the crane and with the summoning key, I head up to the first area to do this ritual. It just consists of me placing the items down, then running around in a circle. After completing it, I head to Footlight to do it once again. Shock some shit and then do another ritual. After I complete the second ritual, it's spawned into Margot, but he's not that big of a deal, just got shit in the head 3 times. Killing him drops one of the pieces for the wonder weapon. Now that I got all that done, I go to the Canal District and basically do all the same things again. Use the tram to head to the waterfront as I can't open up the gate that leads to it because that's where the high ground shot's gonna take place. I also got one of the 3 symbols I need for the sword. Same protocol as the last 2 times, get the object, do the ritual. Going back on the tram, look at the second and third symbol for the sword. Down in the sewer, I open up the sword wall and shock some more shit. And head into the Pack-a-Punch room to do the final ritual and, well, unlock Pack-a-Punch. Bought the Cuda and the HVK along with getting Blast Furnace and Fireworks on him. And now all I need to do is get the wonder weapon and the sword. Got the egg for the sword and place it on the statue to feed zombies to it. Do this 3 more times and now we finally have the sword. Well, not completely, actually still have to upgrade it. The upgrade process is very simple though, just gotta go to my character's corresponding area, grab another egg, then go in this red circle which spawns into Marga, and then I kill said Marga. Just do that 3 more times, and then boom, the sword's upgraded. Now I just need to get the wonder weapon. It's very easy to get, like I said earlier, killing the Marga got me the first part, but the final 2 parts well, they're RNG based. One drops one of the fly things or the meatballs, and the third has a chance to be found in a plant. It doesn't take any effort to get, it's quite simple, but it's just the RNG aspect sucks. It can take a while to finally get them. And now this is the part where I would talk about the strat and how it led up to the glorious round 100. Then I died. Oh, look, we're already back. So here's the strat. Kuda with Blast Furnace and the HVK with Fireworks along with the Wonder Weapons. Up until round 40, use the trap in front of me and mostly the AATs to kill the zombies and or using the sword sometimes. Within some time in the round 40s, the trap won't kill anymore, so I stopped using it as it becomes more of a liability. Killing zombies consists of using the upgraded sword's second ability, of which it will fly around and kill zombies that come near me. It lasts, I think, around maybe 30-40 seconds, somewhere around that. Then I'll have to recharge by killing zombies, and I do that either with the Apothecary Servant or the Kuda. A couple Blast Furnace shots by shooting them at this window down here as a lot of zombies spawn down there, or by training up a horde, along with maybe 1 or 2 Apothecary Servant shots that usually fill the sword right back up. I'll try and use as little ammo as possible with the Servant, so I'll try and use as much Blast Furnace as I can. Fireworks doesn't charge up the sword at all, so I really only use it for getting zombies out of my way if I have to train them up. But now that I think about it, maybe Thunderwall would have been more useful there. Never thought I'd say Thunderwall would be useful. And for the Marga, you just use the Civil Protector to smush him instantly. Oh yeah, I probably should have mentioned the Civil Protector. Yeah, it's just a little robot guy with a gun. So let's talk about this amazing, beautiful, sexy ass map. It's all the right amount of complication to do everything. Pack-a-Punch is as simple as running in a circle of 5 areas. The Wonder Weapon is as simple as killing enemies and pressing F on pods. And fortunately for Black Ops 3, 4, and Cold War, I can actually speak for the Easter eggs. And Shadows' was pretty ass, I'm not gonna lie. Apart from the annoying fact it's 4-player only, it's just and forgettable. I felt like more could have been done with how the map is and how it flows and how it could have led into the Easter egg. When I did it, it felt like it just, went by like that. I can't remember any steps from it apart from like the flag and in the end where when I was doing it, me and these people spent like 30 minutes on the last step trying to time it, and when we finally did it, it glitched and the cutscene wouldn't play and no zombies would spawn, so might have a little bit of a hateful bias there. But damn, do I love the story of this map. The trailers and the art for the map, oh, they're so nice. The Servant and the Sword are fucking amazing and awesome wonder weapons. Who knew a squid that you fist would end up being the best wonder weapon of all time? And the thing I'm happy about the most is the high round wasn't boring. Coming off of Black Ops 2, where the only high round I enjoyed was Origins, it's so nice to once again having a strat that it was engaging, and honestly, I think anyone could do it. It's a good beginner run 100. So let's run this back down. Aesthetic and layout, amazing. Wonder weapons, amazing. Characters and story, amazing. High round, very fun. The one bad thing about the map is just the Easter egg, but I mean, it's kind of an out of the way thing. Most people really aren't gonna do it. I guess the fact that, Beast Mode is kind of a rehash of Afterlife, but I mean, Afterlife was a good mechanic anyway, so it's not really bad that they brought it back and made it better, so, yeah. So, realizing now that this can segue into the tier list, but we finally have our first favorite map. And you might call it cliche that Shadows is on top, but I don't really care. It's on the top for a reason. It's because it's an amazing map. Hey, so I know it's been a while. It's been it's been I'm sorry. But I'm back now, ready to continue doing these fine round 100s. We last left off on Shadows, beginning of the Black Ops 3 era, which was, I'll admit, a bit of an awful time to leave. But I have good reasoning, and that reasoning being that this next round 100 is fucking boring. The Giant, we're on the Giant now, because of course it being the next Black Ops 3 map after, Shadows. And kinda already out of things to say. I ain't got much to say about this shit map. Okay, shit map, that was a little rude to say. Only speaking my mind, and my mind is telling me that this map is shit. Before you ask, no, this is not a substitute for Derice. I'll actually do that one day. In terms of what this map is, being Derice, it had the monkey bombs, pack-a-punch, teleporters, good and neat stuff like that. The reason I call this map shit is because this round 100 is so goddamn boring. My main criteria for a map being good is the high round ability, and this high round ability, while possible, just fucking sucked. I might be one of the few people that actually doesn't like Derice, this version of the map and the other ones. But unfortunately, I have to say, I'm just simply not a Derice liker. I don't like the layout, and I don't like the... Actually, yeah, that's really about it. I just don't fuck with the map's design and layout. So call me not a true COD zombie or whatever, but it's the truth. And I have to say it one more time, this round 100 was so not fun. But whether it's ass or not, still gotta do it. So spawning in, I checked this little snow pile for a black dot at the top that indicates whether it's stamina up or a dead shot. This version of the map added a small little Easter egg that unlocks a bonus perk, that being the two previously mentioned. And of course, I'm saving points in spawn till I have enough to open up a good portion of the map. Shooting, stabbing, gobblegum eating, buying doors, power switch flipping. Main goal right now, of course, is getting the Wonder Waff and the monkey bombs with more good old fashioned point getting and teleport linking. And I will say, once again, I am using megas because I just don't really care. You can call it borderline cheating because I'm using shit like raindrops, but it's a video game, it really doesn't matter. Round 6, I got monkey bombs, and on round 8, I throw the monkey bombs out there the teleporters while activating them, and that will activate the panel thing at spawn, which is the tiny little Easter egg for their bonus perk. That bonus perk, of course, being my beloved stamina. After that, some pretty straightforward box heading, getting the waffle in a few spins. The gameplay on screen is actually my first time playing zombies in 41 months, like a year, 2 years, something like that. Man, I don't know, whenever I last played Shadows. I knew the strat was gonna work, it's just a simple train with AATs. I didn't know when I was gonna switch my WAF out for AATs, or if I was gonna keep it for the entire run. All I knew was that I had the WAF, and I needed to get the RK5, and Shiva was just some AATs. Got the RK5 first, and my goal was to get Blast Furnace to see if that was going to be nice. Because for some reason, Deadwire, if it's on a map with the WAF, won't give you drops. The only way I'm getting drops is from Blast Furnace and whatever other AAT I'm going to get. For a while, I stood atop the little spawn pack-a-punch area, and with how common dog rounds are going to be, and with how fast these low rounds are, I could just spam my WAF up here, and I plan on doing this to around round 55, as it's when zombies will max out on their speed and spawn rate. Little whiles later, I got Shiva returned, because it's just one of the best AATs of all time, and I fucking love Turned. I can't believe I used to think it was shit. Round 19, I switched Blast Furnace for Fireworks, because I was thinking, well, the WAF can just get all the zombies that are bundled up, and then Fireworks, it'll take out the stragglers, anyone out in the distance. I wanted to get out of these low rounds as quick as possible so I can at least get the training, because god damn, I fucking hate camping strats, man. Just, if there's 2 strats on the map, one being camping, one being training, I'm always picking the goddamn training one. Jumping up a little bit now, at round 41, I re-got Blast Furnace, because as much as I liked Fireworks, it was working pretty well. The reactivate time for it was just too slow, man. I needed something faster. Sorry I'm fast forwarding through these rounds so much. There ain't much to say. It would be a lot nicer if I could stream, but hey, that's having less than a megabyte upload speed. First down happened at round 44, but getting perks back wasn't too hard. I jugged just around a corner and, monkey bombs. During this round 100, I watched The Walking Dead Dead City, and I'm a pretty big Walking Dead fan, I gotta say. I read out the comics, I watched the show, all of it, I was there for when the ending aired. Wasn't too excited for these spin-offs, however, because I feel like they should have just done more seasons of the main show. But, the spin-offs are just extra seasons anyway, it really doesn't matter. I had no interest in the show until I heard the plot, and I was thinking, well, I can watch it while doing this round 100, so I can have some background noise. Gotta say, can't recommend it. it was just such a slog to get through. It was just boring. The constant switching of different characters and the going back in time. Yeah, it's unfortunate to say because I had hopes for it. But at least the Dale show is good. Around 55, I decided to finally ditch the WAW for the VMP with fireworks and get Deadwire on the RK5. And not much more I can really say after that. Just simple train of using fireworks, Deadwire, and turn. That's about it. Round 72 took my second down, but once again got set back up pretty fast. Unfortunately, not too long after, tragedy strikes, taking my third down at round 79. And not long after was some just absolutely dog shit awful, like, what the hell was I even doing movement? I died. So the second attempt, only 10 days later. What can I say that wasn't already said last time? I set up the exact same way as last time, got the WAW, RK5, Shiba. I mean, like, saw the FNAF movie a couple days before doing this. It was pretty good. Quite liked it, even after not playing FNAF for like, when did Sister Location come out? That was the last time. Listen, man, I'm trying to think of something to say, but I ain't got nothing. Did the whole thing at top. Little telepad area to around 55, then of course got Deadbriar on the RK5, VMP the Blast Furnace, Shiba with the turn. At round 60, got the fairest Black Ops 3 down I've ever seen, getting railed in the ass within 0.2 seconds. Then round 100 sucked dick. Okay, I can't say anymore. It just fucking ain't nothing to say. Alright, so the tier list, let's just get into it. So there's a few things I want to change around. Origins. Going in the favorites. I didn't realize how much I actually fucking just love this map. I just kept thinking about it after I did the run 100. I'm like, God, I gotta return to that one day. This may seem weird, but I'm actually gonna put Shangri-La above Mob. Most of these, like I said one time in one of the other videos, I can't even remember, the majority of these can be switched around, changed around, depending on like what I'm feeling. And right now, honestly, I'm feeling that Shang, like I'd rather play Shang than Mob. Another thing, putting 5 down in Meh, thought about it more, map crop sucks dick. And the Giant, also probably gonna go in Meh. I can't lie. It's almost borderline putting it in bad for me, to be honest. Like I'm almost thinking about putting it in bad. If I had the choice between playing any of the World at War maps, I'm playing Chino. Because if I'm getting on World at War, I'm playing Shino. Because it's just fun. The fact that you can just play it for like 8 hours and get the round 1,000, that's fun as hell. I love that. I guess deep down, as much as it kind of pains me, the Giant is going in Meh. March 3rd, 2016, the Awakening DLC pack releases, kicking off Black Ops 3's DLC season with the Rise of Drag. Short answer, Origins 2. Long answer, taking place fucking somewhere, man, on Griffin Castle. The Wrath of the Ancients is the map's wonder weapon. A bow when shot releases an explosive arrow. But that's not all. This bow has 4 elemental upgrades. Those upgrades, of course, being the lightning bow, the wolf bow, the void bow, the fire bow. The lightning bow when shot releases like a big old cloud of lightning and shocking shit, you know, shock zombies that go near it, kills them. The wolf bow releases like a big old wolf that like goes forward and shit, killing zombies. The void bow opens a little rift, skulls go out, zombies die, you know this. And the fire bow spawns in like a new volcano or something on the floor, I don't know, it's a piece of shit, no one uses that one. The Ragnarok DG4 is the map's specialist wonder weapon. If you played Black Ops 3's multiplayer, it's just like the gravity spikes but with a little bit of electrical stuff in it, man, I don't know, so it was something like that. With the bonus of being able to place them down on the ground with it shocking nearby enemies. The Panzer returns with this time it being a lot more powerful and an actual hard mini-boss. But forget all that. The most important thing about DE is that spawning in, I save points till round 3, and then I go hit the box along with feeding the first dragon. Feeding the dragon is just like the hellhound on Mob of the Dead. Zombies die, the dragon eats them, repeat that till the dragon turns to stone and dies. Open up the map, turning on the power and going to feed the second dragon with not long after going to feed the third one. That unlocks the wonder weapon, and now that I have that, I can start upgrading it. Starting the lightning bow's upgrade process, I missed shooting this weather vane 3 times, but hey, 4th time's the charm. After shooting it, it releases an arrow that comes out of the wall. Next I shoot 3 bonfires that sit outside the map to ignite them. Then going to the low gravity room, I run across the wall going over these panels. This allows me to then collect souls within urns that are near the bonfires that electrify my arrow when filled. I do this 3 times near each bonfire when then I shoot the bonfires with the electrified arrows I get from the urns. After that I go back to the weather vane, which then reforges the lightning arrow, and then all I gotta do is take it back to the low gravity room, feeding it souls, then now I have the lightning bow. Very simple process. Now I just need some guns with AATs and the Ragnarok. The Panzer spawns in, I kill him, and it gives me 1 point for it. Activating the death ray spawns another in the air, which can be got by going on a launch pad. Bought the MA as it's near where I'll be spinning the round 100, and then I packed it. The rocket went off, allowing me to get the last Ragnarok part, and then I spun the box for a little while looking for the Breccia. Spun it for a long time, for about 5 rounds, never laying my eyes on the Breccia even once. Finally got the gun, and now I just need to go get turned on it, and as I was pack punching it, this happened. So, I just went to go get the KRM. Alright, now I'm finally set up. The strat is very simple and easy. Stay atop this little staircase thing using the lightning bow and AATs from time to time. That's really about it. Very simple, easy, and doesn't really look like it, but I found it pretty engaging. Unlike Origins, the Panzer's health increases, but he's pretty easy to kill up until about round 40, which afterwards you have to use a trap to help in killing him. But apart from that, all you gotta do, just spend time on these stairs. Getting closer to the zombie speed cap, and afterwards it gets a little harder as you can't just put the arrow down. I mean, you can, but sometimes zombies will come up the stairs, and then you gotta use your AATs, or maybe you gotta make a run for it to get them back down there, but if they come up, it really isn't too hard to get them back down. There's 2 strategies you can use up here. There's one where you use the bow and AATs, and one where you just use AATs. The one where you only use AATs is more for going past round 100, so I didn't use that, but I kind of combined it with the other one, because I had a trouble with keeping the zombies down the stairs in the later rounds, so I found that I don't know if like this is actually the way to do it. Maybe I'm not combining it all and this is just the actual way. I never saw anyone else do it this way, so I don't know. But if they went up the stairs, I'll shock them with if you stand behind the little like railing thing and then you reload with electric cherry, it'll stun the zombies and you can use dead wire or whatever other AAT you have to kill them. So for dealing with the Panzer, it's very easy. At the start of a round, he's going to spawn in on, you stay near where the death ray is and the power room, which will make him spawn on the death ray, then it's just running over, activating the trap, then dumping your shotgun into his chest, and that's why you want to have a shotgun in the first place. He spawns in every 5 to 6 rounds, so just keep that in mind. And I'm very thankful that this strat was a lot more engaging than the Giants. I don't know if I could have done 2 boring ass round 100s in a row. But for some reason, as fine as I thought this round 100 was, in the like 80s, I started to get really burned out for some reason. Like I just did not want to do it anymore at all. Maybe because I just like randomly out of nowhere, I hit this wall of being tired and I was like, oh fuck man, I just want to go to bed. But I just, even with the community patch I use for the better FPS, and it just, I mean, I think it does a little bit of performance on the game, I don't trust Black Ops 3 enough to annihilate my computer out of nowhere if I leave it on all night to go to sleep. There was only one instance of me running out of ammo in the lightning bow and not having any way to get any more. That was on round 92, and I just had to train in the courtyard for a little bit. It really wasn't that bad, and honestly, a nice change of pace. Unfortunately, don't really have any more topics, so I guess I'll just get into the tier list. Never really thought of where I would put DE. I don't play this map that much, and if I ever think of getting on Black Ops 3, it's gonna go towards Shadows or Zetsubo. I really like the snowy setting. Any like a snowy setting in any zombie map is, that bumps it up a lot. I love that shit. I don't even know if I'd say I love DE. I know this map is on the top of a lot of people's tier list, and it's a very important map within the zombies community, but I ain't got much to say about it. Keep in mind, this tier list is just how much I like the maps. Me putting Baruch over something like Buried isn't me saying that it's objectively better or anything like that. It's just I like Baruch more than Buried. Just like Shang above Mob. Obviously, in terms of what Mob has, it's better, but if I had the choice to play Shang or Mob, I'm probably just gonna play Shang. And my ranking for maps goes like the high round ability, what kind of quests are on the map, the design, the overall aesthetic, and stuff like that. Yeah, I think great is a good place for it. At the top of great. The wonder weapons are fun, they're all quite nice, apart from the fire bow, that one's kind of not very good. The Easter egg was okay, not the best. It's definitely out of all the maps, it's definitely the worst one, I'd say. But it's not bad, thankfully. And all the little mini quests are on the map, I really like those, those are quite fun. I wish more maps would have just like a ton of different little tiny things you could do. Yeah, I think great. I think it's a good place for it. It only took 7 months, but we are finally here, the greatest zombie map of all time, Zetsubo no Shima. As mentioned like one other time in some random video, this is my favorite zombie map of all time. Out of every map, I never expected this one to be the one to stand out to me. I honestly remember ragging on this map the first time I discovered it, but for some reason, I just have this reoccurring bit that'll shit all over something and then actually try it and then love it. Like I was swayed by all the people saying Black Ops 4 is the worst zombie, so I believed it, said it was shit, then actually played it, and I ended up loving it. But back to Zetsubo, the KT-4 is the map's wonder weapon, a gun that fires a green liquid that spawns spores on the ground, attaching the zombies and killing them. Some might call it the slicker fire copy, I call it the GOAT. The Skull of Non-Stopway, also known as the GOAT of Non-Stopway, is the map's specialist wonder weapon. A skull when activated will just levitate zombies and fucking obliterate them. A gas mask also appears as a new build on the map with the addition of swimming making its first appearance in zombies. You can also find seeds that zombies will drop, which then you can plant and then water them for unique rewards. Spiders and thrashers are new enemies that appear on the map. Spiders are just reskinned hellhounds but more annoying, and they can web objects and doorways around the map. Thrashers are like big bullet spongy zombies that once again very fucking annoying. All of these features form together to make the best zombies map of all time. But how do these features look within the map? Well, I'll show you, because spawning in, I grabbed this bucket and spin for some gum and kill some zombies. Round 2, I grabbed a shopping free which opened up the map. Call it cheap, but you have to take out a second mortgage to open up this map without it. Next, I noticed someone tried to bury my quick revive, probably a thrasher. Then I bought a Vesper and did the first goal for the non-stopway. The most common complaint I hear about this map is that the power just takes too long to get on. But all it takes is putting water in 2 stations and opening up a vault with a short, simple, and easy underwater lockdown. It's in the top 10 most simple things to do. Finishing the lockdown gives me 1 part for the Pack-a-Punch along with the map-wide power. Next up I found a zombie glowing green, which then gives me 1 part for the KT-4. Got the shield, did the second skull, and lowered a cage to trap a spider within it to give me the second part for the KT-4. Got the second Pack-a-Punch piece, third KT-4 part, and the final Pack-a-Punch piece. Built my beloved, did the third skull, and quickly doing the fourth and final one afterwards. Finally opened up the skull room where I do a small lockdown and unlock the specialist. Now I just need to get some Pack-a-Punch weapons and the imprint plant. I'll be all set up. Oh, that's such a good setup process. So I made points in the skull room for a little while, also shooting some plants with the KT-4 to try and grow an imprint plant. The imprint plant, fuck, I'm never gonna be able to say that. The imprint plant is basically a second life. When you grow one, you can imprint yourself into it, which then your current loadout is the one that gets saved within it. So if you ever go down, you'll be resurrected out of the plant, and then whatever loadout you had at the time, you'll get back. Open up the Pack-a-Punch, you got turned on the Vesper. Then after a little bit more point getting, I go and get the inmate with dead wire, and that's all I need for the strategy. Like you can see, the strategy is very simple, just a back and forth around the room, using dead wire and turn until the skull is fully charged, then you use that, and then when it runs out, just repeat with the AATs. Spiders can be annoying as shit, as you have to constantly shoot them, but Electric Cherry is a godsend, as it'll immediately kill spiders if you reload near them. It's fucked up though, the only way to get Electric Cherry is by plants or gobblegums. It may look way too tight, but the zombies spawn in just such a perfect way that you can easily maneuver around them. Once you learn how every zombie spawns in, it makes running it so much fucking fun. At round 55, my game started to get really choppy out of nowhere, and I got scared thinking it was going to stay like this the entire time. I turned my graphics down, but it still stayed like that, and I don't know if it was my shitty ass goddamn computer or Black Ops 3 because it's fucking awful on PC. Thankfully, it fixed itself when the round was over. I'm pretty sure I heard one said if you kill a Thrasher with the blast from turn, it has a chance to turn him invisible. I don't know if it still exists. There were a few times where I accidentally did that and it didn't turn him invisible, so maybe I got lucky or it doesn't exist anymore. I gotta say, the death machine and insta-kill is my favorite combination in anything. I know the insta-kill and double points is the classic, that's, everybody likes getting points, but just mowing down zombies with insta-kill, death machine, it's amazing. Alright. Now for the part of the video where I put a picture of the map into a box with a letter next to it. A lot of people would call this map the black sheep of Black Ops 3, even though Revelations exists, so I don't really get that. You hear the power takes too long, the setup takes too long, the Easter egg sucks. Personally, I don't think the setup takes that long. I'd say Origins and like every Black Ops 4 map has a longer setup than Zetsubo. Hell, I would say Gorod has a longer setup than Zetsubo. But yeah, the Easter egg does suck, and it's unfortunate that that is the truth. It's just upgrading the wonder weapon and then getting 3 really easy cogs, then an extremely easy boss fight. But at least the cutscene is fire. Gotta give it props for that. But it's just that you learn Zetsubo, you do everything on the map at least once, and you learn, yeah, it's really fluid and simple. Everything you do just flows right into the next. I just find everything to do on the map fun, and I think the layout is also really nice. Once again, it just flows into itself. Visuals of the map is, it's so good. The only thing I wish this map had was just one more good training area, just one more. Spiders bring a really nice challenge to the map, even though they're a little bit annoying, but yeah, Thrashers, they're not it. Maybe if they dropped like a guarantee max ammo or an insta-kill, that'd be better, but they can one-shot you with Jug and eat your ammo up and then give you no drop for killing them. That is one shitty thing about the map, but the non-stop way could just kill them almost immediately, so I honestly don't really mind them that much. The KT-4 is also an amazing wonder weapon. Not only is it extremely powerful, it can also interact with the map, allowing you to shoot spores to run faster and spiderwebs to get a mini boss fight, which I sadly didn't do, and also some free power-up. So there's no secret to it. Zetsubo is going at the top of the list in favorites. As of this moment in time, it is my favorite zombies map, and I don't know if it can ever be topped. So on round 98, 2 rounds before the 100, I fumbled, got slapped down to the ground. It's so goddamn unfortunate because I really wanted this to be a flawless round 100, and then I fucking down at round 98. Luckily, I got my perks back, so I didn't die, but it really bummed me out. I couldn't get the flawless. I was pretty mortified on round 99, even though I had a near death, and I was just hard focusing the entire time. Hit that round 100 though, and as I was trying to get a cinematic death, remembered I had the imprint plant. So, really wasn't in much danger. Even though I fucked my channel by not uploading for 4 months, we are back with the penultimate map of Call of Duty Black Ops 3, WAW-BO4. Released on August 11th, taking place in a war-torn Stalingrad with dragons, robots, average Rush and stuff like that. Here are some things that were introduced or appeared on WAW that you might have not known about. The GKZ-45 Mark III is the map's main wonder weapon. This little doohickey on the left shoots a little yellow thing that slows down zombies, and little doohickey on the right is actually the Ray Gun Mark III. Although I wouldn't blame you if you never knew, because it doesn't look like what you would think the Ray Gun Mark III would look like, but it shoots a laser, and if you combine both shots of the wonder weapons, it creates like a mini Gurish, Apothicon Servant kind of effect that will, of course, say it with me, kill zombies. The Gauntlet of Siegfried and the Dragon Strike are the map's specialist wonder weapons. The former is an iron gauntlet that can release a powerful punch forward along with a mini flamethrower and release a mini dragon that can fly around and help you. The Dragon Strike acts like a mini monkey bomb. When placing it down, it'll attract zombies towards it, and airstrikes will come down and hit zombies in the area. Dragons are map hazards that appear on the map. They can land down and breathe fire on an area, completely engulfing it in flames for a short duration. Time trials make their first appearance. Completing certain rounds in a short time frame can reward you with melee weapons, like a wrench, a knife, an axe, and a sword. The Mangler and Valkyrie drones are enemies that make their first appearance on the map, along with a new version of the shield, the Guard of Fafnir. Starting out, a magical green ball of unknown origin on the right of my screen allowed me to open up the map for free. Thank you, magical green ball of unknown origin. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I've played Gorod like 4 times? Now, it's not because I hate the map or anything, it's actually far from it, but I just never really thought about getting on this map. Probably because around the time I actually first bought the map, I was getting tired of Black Ops 3, so I kind of just never really played it. But anyways, I run around the map trying to remember shield port locations and the map's layout. Killed a zombie that dropped a cylinder, which reminded me on how Pack-a-Punches opened. Placed it in the console, which made this thing fall out of the sky, which I had to protect until it gave me a circuit. Afterwards, I spent 8 minutes looking for the final shield piece because my graphics are set so low I thought the final piece was just a part of the map, and I didn't realize it was right there. Did the second Pack-a-Punch thing along with hitting the box, luckily getting the Mark III in a few spins. Pretty damn cool wonder weapon, it just sucks it falls off so quickly and is only useful for killing elites in the high rounds. Did the last Pap thing, then had to look up and had to actually open up the Pack-a-Punch because, forgot. Bought the Vesper and Kuda and then brought a dragon to Pack-a-Punch. Listen, I'm fine with the more grounded approach the Dark Aether story is doing, but come on. This is fucking amazing. We need something like this again. Do like a Dark Aether version of the dragon, then, you know, like that would make sense, and it would be fucking insane. Anyways, I get to the Pack-a-Punch house and started a little lockdown for the Dragon Strike. A nice, short, and easy 4-way blockdown. They changed up the pace, quite like it. Honestly, I fuck with opening Pack-a-Punch in ways like this. It's like the grand unlocked for the grand thing on the map that lets you upgrade your weapons to survive longer. But I understandable for them to do some shit like this again because I understand how it's an annoyance for a lot of people. I'm just someone who loves doing like weird shit, quest stuff like this in zombie maps. Anyways, I did lockdown because I'm a Master Gang boss player and I got the Dragon Strike. As much as I wanted to, I didn't get the Gauntlet because it has a chance to crash a game whenever you use it. And I'm a very unlucky person, so I know if I try to use it once, my whole game is going to collapse within itself. Made points in the house for a little while to get dead wire on the Vesper and turn on the Kuda. You know, now I'm realizing all high rounding is in the end is just using dead wire and turn. Huh. But yeah, I'll be using these weapons for the remainder of the match. Not much happened on the low rounds, you know, stuff usually gets interesting on round 55 and above. As soon as I get set up, I just want to hit round 55 ASAP because that's when you find the rhythm of the strategy. You can get a feel for the strategy in the low rounds, but with how, like, every round zombie spawns will change, they'll get faster, and after 55 they cap on how fast they spawn and run, so it's just easier then. Alright, so the strategy consists of using the trap whenever it's active and using dead wire and turn to kill zombies, with the occasional shield blast. And I gotta say now, I fucking love this high round. Training in this little ass room was so damn fun. I need to return to this when there was some kind of challenge in mind. And if you ever get stuck in a corner, just use the shield, it's so good. I never actually realized how good the I never realized how good the Fafnir is. It is the best shield in zombies. Unless the one in Vanguard is better. Haven't actually used that one, but we'll get there when we get there. Stuff like this makes me sad, like, this strat probably couldn't exist in, like, Black Ops 4 or Cold War because of super sprinters. I mean, maybe? Nah, the room is just too tight, and I love Black Ops 4 in Cold War, but super sprinters, they just are not it. But they aren't as bad in Cold War. Training is definitely possible, but it's just weird how, like, they made shit like Alpha Omega in Black Ops 4 when they knew that map is so tight you cannot train on that map. But anyways, there's only so much I can say about 5 hours with the footage of me doing the same thing over and over, so we'll get into the tier list. Not too much I can say about a map I've only played 5 times, but I've basically done everything you can do on the map. So let's go to the list. Great design and map layout. The Easter egg's pretty fun and engaging with a nice difficulty. The wonder weapon is, like, all the wonder weapons are unique and a blast to use, even if one will destroy a game. And I was thinking of putting it in great, but the high round strategy alone pumped it to love. I wish I had more to say, but it's just one of those maps that's pretty simple in its presentation, apart from, you know, the dragons and shit. I highly recommend it if you've never played it. It is definitely one of the most insane maps in zombies history. It is a must play. The Call of Duty Black Ops 3 finale. Revelations. Black Ops 3 went by in a flash, I swear. When I was doing Black Ops 1, it felt like it took a year to complete. Probably because these ones only took a few attempts and were all under 6 hours compared to like Ascension's 11 or Mob's 8. Black Ops 3 thankfully was very fun to do, with only 2 of the maps being a bit boring to do. But anyways, taking place in Agartha, this map is all about the zombies' legacy, with almost everything on the map being returning features from previous maps. Those returning features are the Guard of Fafnir, Ragnarok DG4, Panzer Soldat, Parasites, Spiders, the Magra, Apothecary Servant, Thundergun, and areas from other zombie maps themselves make up parts of the map, such as Knockdown Totwin, Verrucht, Kino, Shang, Mob, Origins, DE, and with little elements of Shino, Buried, and Zetsubo. And that's really all it is for the intros. It's like 2 new things on the map, and that's a spawn in the Pack-a-Punch room. Remember when I'd have enough to talk about to make an 11-minute video? I remember. Starting out, my game started geeking immediately like it did on Zetsubo, and this became a running gag my game would do from time to time, so I just ignored it. I began an override which started a little lockdown of sorts, which I just needed to survive until it was over. When it was over, it opened the teleporter that I'll go into later. This map is absolutely beautiful, but unfortunately I can't gawk at the beauty forever because I have to get going. Took a launch pad to Origins, then I hit the box and ran down a little part of Buried, which led me to a part in Mob. In Mob, I did the second override, launched back to spawn, then I launched a Shang, which leads to DE where the third override is. Then I shot 935 on this clock, which allowed me to start a quest to get a helmet that'll up my health. I got some headshots near an urn, which is for the clock, and then I got a shield piece. Then I ran into Kino, which launches me into Verrucht, where I did the second urn. And the last override. Going into the teleporter leads me to Noct. I don't do anything here, but it does have teleporters that lead back to every other override, so I go into Origins and do the third urn. Back in Verrucht, I get the second shield piece and start hitting the boxes. I'll need the Apothecary Servant and the Thundergun. Got the Ragnaroks and the Thundergun, but not the Servant before the box moved. After hitting the box for a little while, a Magra spawned in with a little max ammo in front of it, and I was thinking like any sane zombies player. I jumped into the max ammo thinking I had the shield on my back, which would just tank the Margwa's hit. I didn't realize there was a problem. Didn't have the shield. So got down on the easiest zombies map. Anyways, got the shield, the servant, then went to Kino where I picked up the helmet, which allows me to take an extra hit from a zombie. Then I shot 5 barely visible rocks inside the map, which will allow me to upgrade the servant. That's right, unlike Shadows, you're actually able to upgrade this thing for some reason. So I went to Noct, shot this little, like, big dog thing flying around, and in retaliation it ate me, but this works out because it actually has the Pack-a-Punch inside of it. So I upgraded the servant, T-gun, and put fireworks on the HVK. That will forever be the best Pack-a-Punch room of all time. It simply cannot be beat, just like that Boom Shakalaka was set up. So, the high round strategy, we are here. It is very reminiscent of Die Raz. You just stay in this room, left click from time to time, and that's about it. Originally I was gonna train inside the Pack-a-Punch room, but I didn't think it'd be worth the time it'd take doing it that way. The only real danger you'll ever be in is if you run out of ammo, but it's not gonna happen. You have gobble gums, and even if it did happen, you have the thunder gun and a trap like right by you. And even if you don't have a gum on you, you get dropped so often. It just, unless you're going past around 100, you're not going to run out of ammo. The most engaging thing about this is the parasite rounds, because there's like 80 different enemies that spawn at once on there, and they're fun as fuck. So how the strat actually works, if you stay right by this trap in Verrucht, the zombies will only spawn right in front of you with these 2 windows. So you just shoot the Apothecary and every zombie will die almost like immediately to it. And that's seriously all there is. If you're ever looking to get into high rounds or you just want to say you've gotten to run 100, just get on this map and go to town. I truly wish I could say more, but I can't. I can't go through every round and explain what happens because it's just the same thing over and over. Yeah, all that's left is the tier list. So how do you rate a map that's just a bunch of old things put into one? Because when you think about it, it has all the best things, so theoretically it should be the best map, right? I don't know. Honestly, I really don't know where to put it. I'm thinking maybe somewhere between gray and okay. Also, I've removed the meh tier because I found it didn't really make sense, and yeah, I don't think it needed to be there. I like the craziness of the map and how you have all these things to play around with. It's really bordering great, but I think it's gonna go into okay. It's not a bad map, it's definitely playable and nice to get on every once in a while, but it's really just, it's an okay map. Definitely not one I would play that much, but maybe if I'm just looking to Yeah, really just honestly not one I'd play that much actually. And I'm going to be adding a new ranking of which zombies experience is my favorite. Once we complete every map for a game, at the end I'll be updating this ranking, so it won't be as often as the map tier list, but I thought it'd be fun to do. As of now, the ranking will go number 1, Black Ops 3, number 2, Black Ops 1, number 3, Black Ops 2, and number 4, World at War. Keep in mind this list is not final, and as we continue the list will change. Who knows, Black Ops 3 might not stay at the top forever. And here we are, the beginning of the Black Ops 4 Round 100s. Unlike the Shadows video, I won't go over everything new featured in Black Ops 4 as that was done last video, which I highly recommend watching as I think it's the best video I've ever made, and it informs you what stuff I'll be using if you're unaware. But of course I will still explain the stuff that was featured in the map I play. And one more thing, I will be doing the maps in order on how they're displayed in the menu. As the game released with 4 maps, I debated on which one I'll be starting with, and this seemed like the best way to do it. So, starting out, we have Voyage of Despair. Taking place on the Titanic, this is the first map to feature a brand new storyline for zombies, titled Chaos. It follows the story of Scarlet, Diego, Bruno, and Shaw as they battle the High Priest of Chaos who runs a cult called the Order. I want to go more into the background of what happens, but I have plans to do all the Easter eggs for the Chaos maps, so I'll go more in depth in those videos, plus the intro would be very long if I did. The Sentinel artifact is a map mechanic that appears in the Chaos maps. In game, it acts as the Chaos' version of the power switch. Most doors on the map will be disabled and unable to be bought until it's activated, along with most of the map quests and the Pack-a-Punch. The Kraken is the map's wonder weapon. It's 3 cannons that rotate when shot, that also shoots explosives. It's a pretty badass wonder weapon that can also be upgraded in 4 ways by the next feature. The Catalyst are an enemy type that appears on the Chaos maps. There are 4 different types of catalyst: water, poison, lightning, and fire. The fire and lightning ones act like the napalm and shrieker respectively from Shang. The water catalyst will try and hide from you behind other zombies and will buff the ones that's near. The poison ones are like the plague hounds from Cold War. I know Cold War doesn't exist yet, but it's the best example, it's fine. The Stoker is a special enemy that throws fire at you along with charging at you with a shovel. Fuck this enemy, it's annoying as shit. The Blightfather is another special enemy. It's a giant, little dog thing, and it's the most powerful regular enemy that can spawn. It can spawn in from killing a normal zombie from time to time, and you can now find fast travels around the map. They simply just let you move across it quickly.
This is just the icing on the fucking cake. Well done, Dad. If messing up my life at least 3 times already wasn't enough, you just went and did it again.
And here we are on the Titanic. What a cool ass opening to the map, seeing the iceberg hitting the ship. Now I'm gonna be completely honest with you. This is my first time ever playing this map. I've played 9 and Dead of the Night along with all the other Aether maps, but I've never got around to playing Voyage or Ancient Evil till now. I watched a few tutorials on how to do shit and wrote down what I need to remember, so hope this goes well. For my class, I used Bandola Bandit, PhD, Dying Wish, and Stone Cold Stronghold, along with the Viper and Dragon. If you don't know what those are, go and watch the BO4 explained video. I know I already plugged it, but it's a good video, come on, you can't blame me. For the elixirs, it took me a while to figure out what I wanted to use, but I settled on Refreshment, Raindrops, Perkaholic, and Alchemical. I want to mention when I was picking elixirs, I debated on which one I wanted to use between Alchemical and Free Fire, but then I realized Alchemical is literally just Free Fire, but better. It lasts longer, gives you more ammo, and is a lower rarity. Free Fire, I gotta say, it's kind of useless. And Refresh, man, I think is by far the best elixir in the game. It is so fucking good. I made points till round 3 and started opening up the map along with getting a shield piece. As I was opening the map, I realized how tight this map is. Jerk, why the fuck would you make maps like this when you put super sprinters in the same game? Super sprinters that'll fucking 4-hit you in 0.2 seconds. Anyways, I ran to the artifact, activated it, and pressed on this pedestal to start opening up PAP. Made more points while also hitting the box for another weapon. My main plan right now is to get the layout down, and wait for the Stoker to spawn in so I can start getting the wonder weapon for free. Looked around for an embarrassingly long amount of time for a shield piece, then made my way to the engine room, where I can activate another pedestal and drain the room for easier access, and got the last shield piece. Built a shield and actually used this map on the wall to find out where the cargo room is. Gotta be the first time anybody has ever used it in this way. Hit the third pedestal and also started hitting the box. Got jack shit and also used the Perkaholic. I was praying for stamina up and Victorious Tortoise, but unfortunately didn't get Victorious, but fortunately did get stamina up, so that'll help me quite a lot. At round 11 the first Stoker spawned in, I needed to kill him for a key he drops. I killed him but he didn't drop the key, so maybe I did something wrong? Thankfully another one spawned in just around later with that one dropping the key, so maybe the first one that spawns in just won't drop it. Looked around for a chest I can use the key on. I found it in the provisions and I opened it and started filling it with zombie souls. After fully filling it up, it moved and now I just need to go find it again and do it a couple more times. Second time went smoothly, although the third time went slightly less smoothly as it was in a confined area. And I thought you needed to do this 4 times, but apparently you only do it 3 times. I don't know why I hear 4. So when I was done with the third one, I left the area and ran around the entire map looking for it again because I thought it moved. Just wasted a bunch of time because I just needed to look at it and it showed me a globe which I needed to find on the map. The globe is in the mid-deck part of the map, so I approached it and a giant tentacle arose from the water to give me the wonder weapon. That is so fucking cool, man. Now I finally have the wonder weapon and I love this thing. It's so damn cool. Oh, dude, it's such an awesome wonder weapon. Pack-a-punch it so I can start the upgrade process later and start hitting the box sword as possibly the best weapon in all of zombies. Spent 20,000 points on the box, getting every weapon multiple times, and finally at round 15 I got it. I want to introduce you all to the Helion Salvo. We will be seeing this weapon a lot. It's an RPG that when fully pack-a-punch does basically infinite damage. Something I forgot to mention last video is that zombies now have a health cap, and it caps at around I think 11,000. That doesn't sound like a lot, but I guess health works differently in this game, so in terms of this game it's a lot or something? I don't really know. So the RPG doesn't technically do infinite damage, but it puts out more than the zombies have in health, so really overall it's infinite. Racked up 15k to fully pack-a-punch it, and now I just need to upgrade the Kraken and I'll be ready. So I spent a bunch of rounds waiting for the lightning catalyst to spawn in, and I didn't know you needed to already have the upgrade part thingy to be built before you got the thing from the catalyst. Well, you can't get the thing from the catalyst if you don't already have it built. So after waiting a bunch of time, I realized I needed to go out, get the parts, and build whatever that shit is called. And it took a little bit more time, but a lightning finally spawned in, and all I needed to do was kill him with a pack-a-punch Kraken to get his hand, which I do. So I went and upgraded it, and I'm finally ready to do the high round strategy. The strategy consists of me sitting in this corner and spamming the Kraken. The Kraken has such a wide area of effect whenever you're shooting it that when you're aiming near this pillar, it'll knock down and kill every zombie in sight. Whenever I got a maxed ammo or I used an alchemical, I'd spam the Helion and it would just evaporate every zombie in the area. And you may ask, well, if I don't use elixirs, how would I get ammo? Well, even if your Kraken is pack-a-punched, if you kill another catalyst with it, it'll also drop their hand, so you can kill another lightning to keep it in your inventory to refill your ammo later back at the place where you first upgraded it. Near round 55, the strat becomes a lot more harder with the zombies becoming complete fucking crackheads, making this strat a lot more scary but thankfully more engaging as you need to constantly pay attention to what's happening. The Kraken's reload is pretty long, so whenever I need to reload I'll make a cut back around the room, which gives me just the right amount of time. Whenever I needed the shield, I would run up the stairs and go to the left and took a teleporter that leads me near the shield table. Afterwards, I take this route back to the area. When the Blightfather spawns in, I use the Viper's Monkey Bomb effect to distract him, then the Helion will take him out in just about 3 rockets. The strat wasn't as boring as I thought it'd be. I kinda liked it, but I will always take training over camping. Sucks that this map is just so confined and it's not entirely possible. The most annoying part of this was the Stokers, who would throw fire at me whenever I was reloading. It almost killed me a few times. Alright, so let's get into the first tier list of Black Ops 4. It's a little hard to rank the map because, well, I've only played it once. It feels kind of unfair, but I mean, I do high round and everything I did in the map of this playthrough was what I would normally do. I kind of got a taste of everything that I want to see. I don't know, I kind of want to wait till I do the main quest to decide. I like the strat. The catalysts are cool, the special enemies are also quite cool, and the quest for the Kraken and the Kraken itself are really cool. Like I said earlier, I fucking love the Kraken. I guess for now, as a first impression, I'll put it in great, because I thought, well, it was a great map. It was a great experience being on it. Once again, keep in mind this list is just how much I like the map, so if I love a map, it'll go into the love tier. So on round 99, I have not taken any downs before this point, and I was excited to get a flawless round on 100. Then a fire catalyst exploded near me, bringing my health down, and then I was just instantly 2-hit by a zombie. However, I did have Dying Wish, so I was fine for a little bit. I took the teleport as my Dying Wish ended, so my health would come back as a safety measure. I also drank a refreshment to instantly get Dying Wish to recharge. All was fine, but then not long after, somehow a zombie snuck up behind me and got me trapped while I was going to reload, which activated my Dying Wish again. Thank God for the Viper's Monkey Bomb effect, I love it so much. But then, once again, not too long after, I somehow get trapped while also going to reload again and take my first down on goddamn round 99. And I'm about to get up in this little ass room with my specialist not charged and no perks. But the best thing to possibly happen out of anything that could happen, happened. I got back up with PhD. That's all I need. That was just all I need, because I could safely kill zombies with the Helion and get my specialist back, which then let me go run out and get to a safe area where I could drink a perkaholic and get all my perks back. I didn't get stamina up, which really sucked, but it was fine because, you know, I only had to do one more round. And not long after, but in a good way this time, we hit round 100 in 5 hours and 46 minutes. So here's the thing about Black Ops 4's rounds, I guess. Let's say you die on round 60. It'll say you survived 59 rounds, because technically you didn't survive 60, you only survived 59 and died on 60. So most people would get the round 101 for the game over screen to say you survived 100 rounds. And I debated on doing this because I didn't really want to see rounds survived 101 on the stat screen in the menu, but I went ahead and did it anyway. And yeah, that does not look good. I regret it now. Along with Voyage, Black Ops 4 would also release with another Chaos map titled 9. Taking place in Rome and Egypt, the Death of Orion is the map's wonder weapon. A weapon that will release an electrical shot that can also be charged up, with that capturing enemies in an electrical field that will stun and kill them over time. There are 3 new special enemies that appear on the map. The first one being the Destroyer, a tall zombie that will try and throw 2 axes at you or charge at you when in close proximity. The Martyr is basically the same thing, although these enemies won't throw axes at you and so will just leap or charge at you. And zombie tigers, it's pretty self-explanatory, it's tigers, but zombie. You can also find a new mechanic called Crowd Affinity. By simply just killing zombies, you can raise your level of affinity, and in turn a crowd will throw power-ups at you. But you can lose affinity by taking damage in any way. And you can complete trials which will reward you with many different things.
Hello? Anyone else around? Or did you all just sober up way too fast, huh?
That was a very short and simple intro for a very simple map. Hell, this is by far the most simple map on Black Ops 4. Honestly, this map could without a doubt be a Black Ops 1 map. If you were ever going to play this game for the first time, this would be a very wise map to start with. Anyways, first things first, I complete my trials. Completing the first one will give me another self-revive, with the second one just giving me some points. Now that I've done the first 2 easy ones, I can explain my class. Mostly the same as last time, the only things that change were the specialist, that now being the hammer, and I have stamina up and victorious. At round 4, I left the spawn room to start opening up the map, first heading to the Raw Tower, then heading down to the underground part of the map. During the temple, I grab a spear and I cog for the wonder weapon later. Next, I summon the first and second champion. All it is just spawning in some specials, killing them, and collecting their heads. Did my third trial, which gave me a Pack-a-Punch Strife. Went to the Odin Tower to summon the third champion, with the Zeus Tower being right by it, letting me do the fourth and final champion. Gathering the 4 heads allowed me to open up Pack-a-Punch. After opening Pack-a-Punch, I shoot this cauldron, something that's on fire outside the map, and then shooting it will spawn a patch of fire outside. This fire will be in the shape of an arrow, I guess, but it points towards one of the towers, with this one pointing towards the Odin Tower. So I head there and pick up another head. I wanted to get some ammo, so I spawned in raindrops, and since it gives me a fire cell, I thought, what the hell, might as well spin the box for the Helion. And what has probably been my best Helion luck ever, I got it in just a few spins. After that, I built the acid trap with the parts I grabbed earlier and put the head down where the acid would fall. The acid melts the head, revealing another part, and then I just need to get max crowd affinity for a couple rounds. After 2 rounds, they give me a jar, but not just any jar. A golden jar. And with this jar, I run to the bottom of the Danu Tower and shove this little thing I got from the head into a tree with the jar underneath it. That'll give me some poison, I guess, but I use it on the box and that will give me the death of Orion. I like how this quest involves the box. Like, I wish more Wonder Weapon stuff would involve the box in it. Apart from, you know, just spinning it if there's no quest for it. Now we just need to pack a punch my weapons and I'll be set up. So there's actually 2 different high round strats for this map. A camping one and a training one. And of course, you know I could not pass up a training strat. And it is simply just training in the spawn room because it's the most open part of the map. And you would think, well, it's a training strat, it's probably not going to be that fast, I mean most aren't. But you would be surprised. The actual strat involves you using traps, but since I had stuff to give me ammo, I didn't end up running that. It's really only for if you run out of ammo on like the 80+. So all I did was build up a train with the Helion, and whenever my ammo was ready, I'd use it. While writing this script, I'm starting to realize this video is going to be really short. So, shit, I guess I'll find out while editing. I should have done an experiment where I mix live audio with voiceover, something I haven't done since Noct and World at War. You know, I might do that with Blood. Had a few close calls, you know, couple dying wishes going off here and there, stuff like that. Training in this game is kind of fucking annoying. Zombies just smack the shit out of you, and if you do not have stamina up in your modifier slot, you cannot train. Zombies are just so much faster than you, they'll just keep hitting your shield, and then your shield's gonna break, and then it's gonna hit you, and zombies can 3-hit you within like an actual millisecond. I'm telling you, it is literally a millisecond they could 4-hit you or 3-hit you. At round 64, I had my closest call of all, and I mean, I have no fucking idea how I survived that. I think, honestly, it might have been quick revive, because luckily I got that with my Perkaholic, and its health regen, like, making it faster, is so goddamn helpful. I feel like it probably saved me so many times. I don't know how I'm ever gonna not run it again. It would be really nice if I could run it with my other perks without using an elixir. Blundell. The Death of Orion is actually a pretty bad wonder weapon. It's not very good. The only reason I have it is to trap the Blight Father to kill him, which will just make it easier because it only takes a few Helion shots to take him down. So that was nice, but really I guess you don't need it that much. I guess we could just talk about the map and it'll lead into the tier list. I quite like Net a lot. It's it's kind of like the Kino of this game, to be honest, or like the Giant of Black Ops 3, I guess. It's a very easy map to get onto and play. The quest, while it sounded like I did a lot, really wasn't hard at all. You could just look at like a list of words of what you have to do and you can get it down pretty easy. The high run start was pretty fun. It only took about 5 hours, which is a lot shorter than I thought. I really thought it was going to be like 6 or 7. I really wish I could have done the Easter eggs on the Chaos maps before doing these round 100 so I could rank them easier. Because all my rankings will be just the map layout and high rounding and I guess some side quests, which is fine, but could have more. In the Easter egg videos that I might do, who knows what will happen, the tier list will get updated. Sucks that the Orion isn't really that good of a wonder weapon. It's still pretty damn cool though. I mean, it's a fucking scorpion. It's a giant scorpion that shoots electricity. That's fucking awesome. The quest is very easy, like I said. I like how it incorporates the box in it. I think that's pretty cool, and more wonder weapons should do that. The special enemies, the Martyr and the Destroyer, I actually quite liked. They're pretty cool. The Destroyers are fucking will shred the fuck out of your health. If they get a good hit on you with an axe, they will just knock down half your health. They've literally hit me for like 150 health before. I got down to 50 just by one of them. I like the 4 towers that are themed by the perks, and the map just wrapping into itself really nicely is smooth, like, that's really cool. So I think 9 will go great. I thought it was a pretty good map, and I could see myself coming back to it and doing more stuff on it. Thankfully, I hit round 100 without any roadblocks, got it flawless this time, and I did go out on 100 rather than 101, and yeah, while it does say 99 on the game over screen, that min menu stat looks so much better. I really regret doing 101 on Voyage now. Dead of the Night will be released December 18th for all platforms. It's the 5th map on Black Ops 4 and would see us return to the Chaos story. Taking place in the mansion, we would once again get a celebrity cast. As of the making of this video, it is the latest one, and no, having 4 Snoop Dogs on Duran Fong doesn't count. Kiefer Sutherland plays Gideon Jones, Helena Bonham Carter plays Christina Fowler, Brian Bless plays Jonathan Warwick, and Charles Dance plays Godfrey. The Alistar's Folly is the map's wonder weapon. It's a revolver-esque weapon that will shoot green explosives that can also be upgraded in 2 ways. Upon the first upgrade, it'll become the Chaos Theory, gaining a charge shot that will either release a tornado-like effect or a turned effect. Then on its last upgrade, it'll become the Alistar's Annihilator, gaining more charge shot effects. Nosferatus are a new special that appears on the map. They're vampires that when hitting you will stunt your health regen. They also have a Crimson variant that's faster, deals more damage, and can latch onto you. The Werewolf is another special that appears on the map. It's just a big ass werewolf that'll charge and leap at you. And there's some other smaller things like the steak knife, silver bullets, and a hidden wonder weapon called the Savage Impaler.
Let's take stock of the situation, shall we? Either someone's doped me with opium, or I've gone completely off my chump. And then again, in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king.
Finally, the first post-launch map for Black Ops 4. Unlike Voyage, I have actually played Dead of the Night quite a lot. I think 1 or 2 years ago I actually got to around 100 on this map. So even though I've already done it in the past, I might as well do it again because I remember quite enjoying it. Plus, you know, I didn't record it, and I don't even think I have any screenshots of it. The class is like how it was before Classified. We got Stamina Up and PhD back along with Winter's Well because I didn't really know what to put there, but honestly Stone Cold would be a much better choice. Anyways, I'll start opening up the map, activating the Sentinel artifact and grabbing a couple shield pieces. Next I head to the wine cellar to break open a vase revealing a stone I can gaze into. So after doing that, it'll show a painting I have to go to. Reaching it will spawn a ghost that I have to follow. It leads me across the entire map to the cemetery where I'll find a tuning fork. After grabbing it, I hit the box just to have another weapon, and then I go and find another stone. Took a while to find it. You gotta remember it's been 1 or 2 years since I played this map, I gotta re-remember everything. This one will show me a grandfather clock, so I go and find one and it'll start a lockdown of sorts. Completing it will give me another tuning fork. Then I found the last shield piece, built it, and did the last stone, which showed me a perk statue, this one being the raw statue. So I head to it, doing this sponge with a bunch of vampires which I'll have to kill, with one dropping the third and final tuning fork. And while I'm at the mausoleum, I look for a symbol, this one being a blue Z. Then I run to the gardens, finding another symbol, this one being a green A, along with buying stamina. I then head to the forest where I use my tuning forks I got to open up a pathway to the forest which will lead me to Pack-a-Punch. I went back down to the wine cellar to find a red symbol, then went back to the forest to find a yellow symbol. After that, I go and find a candle holder, a trophy, and a plate. I then melt these down and go grab some charcoal and some vampire shit, I guess. And before I go and get the last part, I take a detour to use the symbols I got earlier to get the wonder weapon. And I fucking love the Alistar's Foley. It might actually be my favorite wonder weapon out of like any in any game. And it just keeps getting better as it's upgraded. So after grabbing it, I go and pick up some sulfur. And I use all of that to build some silver bullets. Doing this basically gives me infinite ammo in any gun, as I can go and refill the ammo at the build table. Now I'm gonna spin for the Helion, and of course it took 4 rounds of spinning because I have no luck. Pack-a-Punch it a couple times and popped a perka, and I've definitely seen better extra perks. But hey, Stone Cold and Quick Revive are going to be quite nice. And I debated on it since I wouldn't really be using it that much, but I ended up deciding that I would fully upgrade the Folly since I really like the process, and you know, why not? So first things first, I kill a werewolf with silver bullets. Killing it with the silver bullets dropped a part that I then take to the lab. I put it into a machine and craft it into Prima Materia, or something, I think that's how you say it. Then I head back to the library and melee this bookshelf with the shield to reveal a part because, yeah, that makes sense. And those two parts let me upgrade it. It's very nice and simple. Next I head to the mausoleum to shoot these lamps that glow orange. After shooting them, it'll spawn a bat that'll drop a part. Next I kill some vampires with the Chaos Theory's charged shot so they drop some bile. Then I head to the forest and use the turn shot effect on some zombies so they'll dig up the last part, along with fully pack-a-punching my Helion. Now back in the lab, I form all the stuff I got into different stuff, which finally lets me upgrade it to the Alistar's Annihilator. And that's it for the setup. All in all, you really don't even need the Wonder Weapon, so most of that was a waste of time, but I just like the weapon, man, and it's for the Run 100 screenshot. So here it is, the high round strategy. It's so simple, all you need is silver bullets, the Helion, and PhD. In the library, you could just sit in this corner and all zombies will come at you from the front, letting you easily blow them all up with the Helion. And you can spam it to your heart's content, because once you run out of ammo, you can just make a cutback around the room to the silver bullets to just purchase more. And for the shield, you take a similar path, but just go up the stairs. Straight up, that's really all there is to it. It's kind of like a Cold War strat in a way, where you just buy ammo whenever you're getting low and you have infinite. It was also kind of like Blood of the Dead in a way, with being half boring as fuck and then half fun as fuck. Because obviously, you know, they're just sitting there, left clicking, not very fun. But the cutback you make around the room to get ammo, it's pretty good. But even then it wasn't as boring as Blood. I actually didn't mind the strat that much. Maybe it's because I was actually shooting and killing the zombies, I don't know. For some reason I just didn't really mind it. And thank God I got Stronghold from the Perkaholic, because it actually saved me so many times. I never knew this could happen, but at round 34, a Crimson Vampire fucking just grabbed me and whooped my ass. I mean, he didn't do any damage, but it caught me so off guard. And it gave me an achievement, so maybe that's rare or something, I don't know, it has never happened to me before. One of the scariest things about this strat is that the werewolf can just come out of fucking nowhere. And he can shred your health pretty fast, so shit, I'm glad he never downed me when he caught me off guard. There was a point where I stopped looking at the round number at like round 55, and then what felt after like a few minutes, I looked back up and it was at round 72. It's like Die Rise in that regard, because I remember it being like round 30 when I was doing this strat on that map. And then I just zoned out for like a few minutes, looked back up, it was round 90. I don't have a lot to say because the strat is just that simple, so I guess I'll just get into talking about the map and tier list. I'm just saying it immediately, I fucking love this map. The setting, the quest, the enemies, oh, it's all so good. I once again, unfortunately, haven't done the main quest yet, but I hope it's good. I really wish it had a better high run strat, because if it did, it probably would have gone in favorites. I didn't have much interest in this map when I first heard about it, because I heard people say, oh, there was too much shit to do and it was too complicated, but why the fuck would anybody ever complain about there being too much shit to do in a zombies map? Like, I want a map to be overloaded with quests and stuff. And this map got a lot to do, and I love me a map with a lot to do. So far, it is my favorite map in Black Ops 4, but from what I remember, that position won't last forever. Yeah, so hitting run 100 was like a blip. I'm not being cocky or anything, it actually felt so fucking fast. And it still took me 5 hours and 5 minutes. I guess maybe it's because I already done it before, so I was familiar with everything I needed to do, but I don't know, it was weird. I guess in a way, how would I say, it was just kind of smooth. Ancient Evil would release April 2nd, 2019. It's the 6th map on Black Ops 4, and as of the making of this video, it is the final map in the Chaos story. Taking place in a fallen underground Greek city, the primordial hands are the map's wonder weapon. These are 4 gauntlets that can be upgraded in 2 ways, with the first upgrade giving them a charge shot, and the third increases damage and ammo capacity. They are as follows. The Hand of Uranos. Upon getting it, its base shot will release an orb of air that'll blast zombies away. Its upgraded ability grants a charge shot that'll constantly release a blast of wind. The Hand of Himera. Its base shot will release an orb of light that when entering a zombie will cause them to stagger and explode. The charge shot will spawn a beam from the sky that you can control. The Hand of Gaia. Its base shot will release what seems to be rocks and other objects from the ground that'll slam into zombies. Its charge shot spawns spiked rocks from the ground that can catch zombies and will explode after some time. The Hand of Garen. Its base shot releases what I guess is blood magic that'll cause zombies to get dragged underground. Its charge shot lets you shoot a pile of blood on the ground that'll attract zombies near it, and once again will pull zombies on the ground. The Pegasus Strike is an equipment that appears on the map. A staff that when placed on the ground will summon Pegasus to hover over it. The Giganese and Skeletons are new specials that appear on the map. Giganese will try to damage you with a giant spear and can also release a ranged attack that'll temporarily blind you, acting like an effect from the lightning catalyst. And the Skeletons are just skeletons, kinda like the ones from DE, but this time they can only be killed by shooting them in the skull, and they can hold weapons.
Who says that? Show yourself!
You know, I'm honestly really sad that this is the final Chaos map. I really enjoyed the vibe of these maps, and I'm genuinely hoping that Chaos will come back one day. The class is almost the exact same as it was on Voyage, although we have Blood Wolf Bite in the modifier slot, which is a perk I would have never thought I'd use in a high round strategy. And we also have the Talisman that gives you another self revive. Also like Voyage is that I've never played this map before, but I watched a few guides on the tube, I'll be fine. So after leaving the spawn I grab a shield piece and go and activate the Sentinel artifact, which will start a lockdown this time. And I really like this, I wish the other maps did this as well. And as I start getting overrun, the goat Pegasus comes down and kills the rest of the zombies. Then I look for what's called a Golden Bridle, or Bridle, I can't remember how to say it. Picking it up will cause a Giganese to spawn, which I take out with my specialist. And I gotta say, I was only 7 minutes into the map and I already was loving it. Hit the box for another weapon and grab the final shield piece. Afterwards I ran the Pegasus, which then I can ride him so it'll take me to the next area. And holy shit, this cutscene is sick. I didn't know that this was something you would just do to get the Pack-a-Punch. I always thought it was for the main quest. So in the second area, I grab a piece for the Pegasus Strike and shoot down this birdcage. Then shoot it with my specialist to open it. Pop the perk and get a pretty nice set of perks. Victorious, Winter's Well, and Electric Burst will be helpful, and Stamina Up is nice for the setup. I also use my specialist to open up another birdcage. Doing this allows me to start another lockdown at the center of the world. Finishing this will open up Pack-a-Punch. After that, I teleport back to the main area and this lady will give me a hint to where the dormant hand is located.
Seek the primordial weapon at the shield bearer's fountain.
This part has 20 goddamn spawn locations, so this is a really useful way to find it easier. The hint she gave me leads me to a fountain where I can break this vase to get it. So then I head to the other area and place the hand in some, let's just call it an altar, which will start another lockdown. Completing it will give me the first variant of the weapon. That's gotta be by far the easiest wonder weapon quest ever, right? I don't know, maybe the ones where you just build it with parts might be easier. Then I grabbed the last 2 parts for the strike and found that there's only one place on the entire map to build the shield, and it is the furthest point to where the high rank strategy is. There's a door you can't open for the strat to work, and it is literally the door right by the table. So to get a new shield, I have to run across the entire map every time. What are the odds, man? I built a Pegasus Strike, which is straight up a second specialist. It should have replaced your specialist. It is a insane thing that I don't know, man. You'll see later how good it is. Next, I kill some zombies over this body of water to turn it red. After it's fully red, I can drink it, which lets me see these coins I need to pick up. But not every coin is real, and I'll need to find ones that actually ding when picked up. So after finding the coins, I place them in the altar, where I first got the hand, which teleports me to this insanely cool idea. You get put in this small area where you get to test a wonder weapon with infinite ammo. I love this idea so much. It is such a cool way to get someone familiar with the wonder weapon. And the area is themed by the hand. Listen, I love Black Ops Cold War and the Dark Aether story, but even I will admit that zombies isn't as kooky as it once was. And I really hope we get a map like this again, with this just, like, level of creativity. I honestly have hopes for COD 2024, And with the Sentinel artifact and Alistair being mentioned in Vanguard, maybe we might get this again. I am really hoping so. And now I have the hand upgraded. Now there is a second upgrade like I mentioned earlier, but to get it you need to also get all the other hands upgraded. And while they don't really take that long, I didn't feel like doing it, but in retrospect I wish I did just to have that extra ammo. Plus when you shoot the charged shot on the ground it will actually go longer. The first version is like 15 seconds and the second is 23 I heard? I don't know, I kinda wish I did and I would honestly recommend it. And now you know what time it is, we have to get that Helion salvo. Once again, you don't actually really need the Helion, but there's no reason to not get it. It's just a get out of jail free card. Thankfully it didn't take that long, but since I got it early, you know something bad's gonna happen. Fully pack-a-punched it, then I went to the high round strat, but I was already running low on ammo for the hand, so I thought might as well just use an alchemical. But the alchemical doesn't work on the wonder weapon. Yep, now I have a completely useless elixir that I can't change because Black Ops 4. And it may not sound that bad, I still have raindrops and you can get max ammos from the tributes, but you need to constantly be using the wonder weapon, so you constantly need ammo. And I decided, well, it didn't really take that long to get the hand, so I just restarted. It felt like that it was going to be worth it in the end. And now I had to think, oh, what elixir am I going to use this time? And you know, the obvious choice would be cashback, but then I remembered, one time I heard that Secret Shopper actually works on the wonder weapons on this game. But I had to make sure, so I went in a custom mutation to confirm it, and yeah, it really does. So using Secret Shopper, I will basically have infinite ammo for 10 minutes. I guess I'll just speedrun the setup since I did the exact same thing as last time. Artifact, Shield, Dormant Hand by round 3, Actual Hand by round 6. Pack-a-Punch and Pegasus Strike on round 8, Upgraded Hand on round 9. Also on round 9 I used a Perkaholic and oh my god! This is the best Perkaholic I've ever used. If I got Crook Revive instead of Death Perception it probably would have been perfect, but god damn this is good. And I knew this was the run because I didn't get the Helion until round 16. I got everything else in about 20 minutes and then it took another 16 minutes of hitting the box to get the Helion. My luck, dude. God damn. Alright, so here is the high round strategy. By going into Spawn Temple, heading all the way to the back and not opening this door, you can sit in this corner and then have every zombie come at you from the 2 hallways in front, which allows you to use the charge shot of the hand on the floor in front of you, and all zombies will get distracted by it and die. In the later rounds when zombies become super sprinters, you might get hit from time to time, but if that happens, they will eventually just get distracted by the shot. And whenever the Pegasus Strike is available, you just use it to speed things up. And once again, using this in the later rounds, you might get hit from time to time, but when the Pegasus is up, you are basically just completely invincible. Apart from maybe if there's a boss, but bosses can be taken out very, very easily just by using the Helion. They'll die in about 3 to 4 rockets. It's really as simple as that. The strike also lets you get drops, as the hand won't actually produce any. If you have elixirs like I did, ammo never really became an issue. Obviously because Secret Shopper gave me basically infinite ammo for 10 minutes, and from time to time I'd use the raindrops. And the reason I had Blood Wolf Bite in the modifier slot is because when Luna spawns in, sometimes when she kills a zombie, it'll spawn a mini max ammo. And while on any other gun it'll only give a little bit of more ammo, on the hand it'll actually completely refuel it. And if you don't have any elixirs, and maybe you don't have Blood Wolf Bite unlocked, because I think you unlock it pretty late in the levels, you can start a tribute and keep it at rare, because the rare is the only level of reward that'll give you a max ammo. Something really weird happened on round 28. I accidentally hit the top of my keyboard which paused my game, and as I unpaused it, I got a connection interruption. My network was completely fine, so I don't know why it happened, but it scared the shit out of me. I thought I was gonna get disconnected. I debated for a long time what my 4th perk would be. I kinda wanted Bandola Bandit, then I thought about Time Slip, but settled on Stone Cold because of the armor it gives you. And it was definitely the right choice because it saved me a couple times. I also noticed since I got Bandola as an extra perk that it doesn't actually work on the Wonder Weapon as well, so it wouldn't have given me extra ammo. The shot of the hand, like I said earlier, lasts about 15 seconds, but my internal timer is so dog shit. So I used live splits to track whenever I used the shot, and this brought me back because I remember doing this on Kino to track when the trap was gonna end and come back. And I don't know if it was an issue caused by the strike since I used it a lot, but I don't know what really caused it, but the effects on the map, like most of them, like the glowing on the power-ups, the dust from explosions, and the red stuff from the gauntlet, just disappeared. It was really weird and made me think that I should maybe stop using the strike because I heard it can actually crash your game. But apart from the connection interruption, I never really had any FPS drops like that, so just kept using it, but it kinda sucked. Sometimes some effects would come back and then disappear a few seconds later, but nothing really bad happened, but I guess maybe be careful? I don't know, it was weird, but apart from that, I didn't really have any other issues, you know, apart from the connection interruption. I already said that. Alright, so for the tier list, this map really exceeded my expectations. I had high hopes for it, but didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I did. While I was getting the footage for the other hands for the intro, like as I was doing it, just more and more I kept falling in love with the map. The scenery, the wonder weapons, all the stuff that'll happen on the map, you could just look around at the background of the map and be amazed by it. It is criminal that people would probably just dismiss this map because it's on Black Ops 4. The only thing that I wish for would be just maybe one good training area. There's some kind of openish areas, but I can't imagine they're gonna be that easy to train on in like 55 plus. It's hard to say if I'd like this map more than Dead of the Night. I don't know. It's really hard to choose. I think for now, maybe I'm going to put it in front of Dead of the Night, but behind Go Rod. I was thinking of putting it above Go Rod, but I think I'm gonna wait till I do the Easter eggs for the Chaos maps, because once I do those, I will update the tier list, at least just for the Chaos maps. So I guess I'll just keep them here, update it later, because I can imagine, at least if the Easter egg's good, or maybe just playing the map more, that Ancient Evil has a very high chance to go in favorites. Run 100 was hit without any issues, apart from a few scares here and there. It only took about 4 hours and 24 minutes. Surprisingly, it beat out Classified, now being the fastest Black Ops 4 around 100 so far. I got it flawless, and this just made me really want to go back and do Voyage and do that flawless, because so far Voyage is the only Black Ops 4 around 100 that I've downed on, and the stats on the Chaos maps are looking pretty good. But damn, those two 101s really pained me. Blood of the Dead is the third map to release with Black Ops 4, and has us return to the Aether story we've been following since World at War. Blood would bring us back to Alcatraz Island, along with having a bunch of returning features from Mob of the Dead. The Blundergat returns as the map's wonder weapon. It functions just like how it did in Mob, same with the Acid Gat, but it would also receive a brand new upgrade called the Magma Gat. It lets you shoot a pile of lava underground that'll attract most zombies near it and spread fire to zombies that get affected. The Hell's Retriever also returns. It acts and is acquired the same way, although a dog head has been moved and you need to pick it up in a fast travel tunnel. Its upgraded version is now got by short quests due to the absence of the Golden Gate Bridge. Brutus would also return as the map's special enemy. This time he would also gain an ability to sometimes slam the ground, shocking players nearby. Hellhounds would also come back after last being seen on Der Eisendrache. There are 2 new areas added to the map, those being the new industrial area and the Warden's house. Lastly, there are some other small things that return, like the Golden Sport and a new version of Where Are We Going.
Field report. Seems I'm the only one who made it down here. Ain't that just aces? Judging by the
Man, it has been a while since I've been on Alcatraz. It's been like, what, 7 months? Fun fact about the original Mob video, and that is that I fucking hate that video. I stumble over my words like every second and mispronounce a word like 20 times. I don't know why I didn't re-record it, but anyways, the class this time is still mostly the same. But since we're back in Aether, the specialists are different, and now I have the Path of Sorrows. I also now have Time Slip, as it's really damn useful for the strat. And for the elixirs, I have Immolation for spinning the box and in plain sight. I didn't really run anything for ammo because it's not needed. I used the Perkaholic immediately because I wanted to see if I could get quick revive right off the bat. And honestly, if I didn't, I was gonna restart because it's just so damn useful. Luckily I did, so I just made more points, turned on the power, did a quick hit of the box since I wanted to have another weapon. And I know a lot of people hate this part, but I actually love it. Whenever you make your way to the prison for the first time, you'll have to run through the catwalk. It's a tight pathway where zombie hands will start coming out of the wall to hit you, and they'll just start spawning in a bunch of extra zombies. And I honestly, I love this part. I honestly really like this as like a get to point A to B to get inside the full version of the map. I hope they do this again one day. In the prison, I ran down the tunnel to turn on the second power switch because for some reason there's a second power switch. And as I got there, I got disconnected from the Battle.net service. Look, it's fine, I didn't do that much, but it still used up my elixir. That's what I'm pissed about. I mean, come on, what the fuck could have possibly disconnected me? I was playing at 2 PM on a Friday, who else could have been on the servers to fuck it? Okay, shit. Second attempt. It sucks to use my elixirs, but it's fine. It was only one. I got a lot more, I could just redo all the stuff I did. It only took a few minutes. So yeah, I used another Perkaholic because I wanted to get Quick Revive again, and thankfully this time I get Bandoler Bandit, which is a nice bonus. Stone Cold Stronghold isn't too bad also, but I'm not gonna really be standing still that much. Did basically the same thing as last time, got points, hit the box, ran to the prison. There's a nice little trick you can do where running to the prison you can throw a Wraith Fire at Brutus so he'll spawn earlier. So I killed him, got his key, once again ran down the tunnels, grabbed a shield piece and ran back up, going all the way back to the spawn. Started hitting the box for the Helion and Blundergat. A few spins in, I got the Helion nice and early, which was really nice, but I feel like that was setting me up for the end. So then on the dog round, I completed it, did the strat, and got the round 100. That was a lie. I got disconnected again. Holy shit. Okay, I understand Black Ops 4 doesn't have crossplay and not a lot of people liked it, but for the love of God, could they have just not put it on Steam? I would have paid for it again just to never use this shit ass launcher again. And I wasted another perk. God, well, there's not much more else I can do than just try again. I'm not gonna use a Perkaholic immediately or any elixir until I'm in the match for like 20-15 minutes, just more than last time. Gonna play it safe. Be calm, and this is what happened, okay? I made points, along with turning on the power, I hit the box again, same as last time, and I got a starting routine down, okay? I can do this. Ran through the catwalk, got Brutus to spawn, went to the tunnels, got a shield piece, turned on the power, so far so good. Got stamina up because, you know, life is pain without it. Then I ran back to spawn to build the shield, and it felt like if I was gonna get kicked out again, this would be the time, so I bit the bullet and drank another perka. And damn, what a good haul it is. Quick Revive, Mule Kick, Bandoler, and Electric Burst. I mean, come on, this is so good. If I get disconnected, I will kill myself. It didn't hit me. This is the run. How do I know, you may ask? Because I didn't get the Helion for like 4 fire cells. I went ahead and ran Immolation because I didn't want to get rid of my Wraith Fire, which means I couldn't do the free Blundergat quest. So I'll have to spin for both weapons, so for 3 rounds I spun the box and finally got the Helion at round 9, and now all I need is the Blundergat. And as I was spinning the box, this happened. Guess we're getting the Retriever. Hey guys, welcome to I Am Silence, Blood of the Dead, Hell's Retriever Guide. First you want to do, then you want to feed, then you want to feed, then you want to go through, and now we have the thing. I can't lie, I forgot monkey bombs were a thing. Oh, that sucks, but honestly the Magma Get is just a Wraith Fire, but like you have like 50 of them. So I ran around collecting blue skulls to get a free Blundergat. Awesome. Now I just need to upgrade it to the Magma Gat. To start the process, I first head to the warden's house and place the gat into the fireplace. Now I just need to fill it up with zombie souls. Now I need to run across the map back to the industrial area while passing by these blue fires. The blue fires in the barrels just keep the gat, hot, I guess. And if I don't do that, it'll, like, stop being hot and I'll have to do all that process again. I don't know, it's really simple. Once I make it back to the place, I put it into this machine and I'll get the Magma Gat. Really simple quest, and I gotta say it's quite fun. I like it a lot. After some more point getting, I head to the roof of the prison to spawn in the Pack-a-Punch. Yeah, so the Golden Gate Bridge actually, it isn't in this map. Instead, the Pack-a-Punch is just in the prison. It sucks, but I gotta say I don't really mind it that much. And for some, just like dumbass insane reason, the Pack-a-Punch will move between 3 areas and just won't tell you where it is. It's weird that they did this because it tells you in Voyage, so I don't really know what the fuck the point of that was, but I saved spawning it in until I needed it so I could just find it immediately and never come back. Pack a punch to my weapons, and now I'm ready for the strat. So here's the strat. In the new industries area, there's a trap that has a monkey bomb effect to it for some reason. So I activate the trap, then stand right here where the box would be, and then all zombies spawning in will just go for the trap. Whenever it's deactivated, I'll make a couple cutbacks around the room until it's ready again, which is very crucial you have time slip here. You probably can run it without time slip, but I can imagine you might run out of ammo more, and it's just, you know, there's no reason not to have time slip here, it's fine. Up until zombies reach their max speed, there's not really a good way to run around the room. The spawns are just so inconsistent, you kind of have to improvise. But once they do reach their max speed, this is the route I'd take around the room. This strat is kind of like half boring, and then half fun as fuck. They're just sitting there while the trap is just killing zombies blows dick. But the training around the room is so much fun. Maybe 9 was just annoying for training because of the fire, but doing here was so fucking fun. I mean, I know I'm saying fun like a million times, but it really was just fun as fuck. It's just like having to maneuver like in this tiny ass room is, I don't know, man. I like it. It's wide enough. It's just wide enough to where you can actually, you're just able to train in this room efficiently. Doing shield runs aren't hard either, you just either use the Helion or the sword. Really, you don't even need the Helion for this strat, I just had it as a safety measure. So you could theoretically not have it, then use something else in PhD. In the end, the retriever wasn't that bad because I could grab drops that spawned far away from the trap, so that was nice, I guess. So far, this has been the easiest Black Ops 4 around 100, although Brutus was fucking annoying, because whenever he spawned in, he could turn off the trap. But the Magma Gat will take him out in just a few seconds if you get a good shot on him. Notice how Dying Wish has not left my build once. Yeah, but no, Jug was the problem, you know, just replace it with a perk that makes you invincible for 9 seconds, then keep the 4 perk limit. So let's talk about the map. A lot of people hate this map. Most people would say it's worse than Transit, and for a long time, I was one of those people who just took other people's words for it and said, oh, this map is garbage. I thought, oh, I'm never gonna play that piece of shit map. And then I played the map. And I fucking love this map. I love it. It's so good. I'm a sucker for maps that I guess are, how would you say, quest heavy or are just complicated. Even though this isn't the most complicated map in the world, I just like maps where you can do a bunch of stuff on them and it has like a quest for the wonder weapon and stuff like that. And a lot of people will be like, oh, how could you like this map? It's so shit, you weird bro. And sure, the map isn't perfect. The pack-a-punch moving is dumb. Actually, that's all I really don't like about the map. Hell, I don't even mind the Easter egg. Yes, a lot of the steps are fucking stupid, but I had a lot of fun doing it. And I did it solo. It's going in love. I truly do like this map a lot. Whenever I come back to Black Ops 4, this is a map I want to do more on, like the Gauntlet one day. And to anyone who might get pressed, remember this is just how much I like the map, not if a map is better mechanically or objectively. Yeah, so Ren 100 was a breeze. I hit it in 5 hours and 9 minutes, the shortest one so far, and once again got it flawless. I did take downs at the end of the match because I don't know if outright ending the match will save your progress, but I don't want to risk it. And those stats are looking mighty fine so far. Finally, the 4th and final release map for Black Ops 4. It's pretty insane we got 4 maps on release for this game, and unfortunately we probably won't ever get more than 2 in the future. Originally, this map was only available for people who bought the Black Ops Pass, like the Giant on Black Ops 3. It was later able just to be bought standalone. Weirdly, the only Black Ops 4 map that was able to be purchased by itself. Classified would see us return to the Pentagon and would bring back some features from 5. The Winter's Howl returns as the map's wonder weapon. Once again, it acts just like how it did on 5, although now it has a quest to unlock it. and it has been buffed to now actually kill zombies in high rounds. The bonfire cell returns. Due to the absence of the Pentagon Thief, you now find them by surviving in No Man's Land. The Nova Crawlers finally return after last being seen on Moon. And yeah, they're just Nova Crawlers, they are, just as annoying as they were back on the old maps. And a few new rooms are added. I would repeat the sentence from the 9 video and say this map is so simple it could be on Black Ops 1, but it is a Black Ops 1 map, so yeah.
Maybe I did go off a little fast with the shrink ray. It's my fault that the thing's so much freaking fun!
Oh boy, we are in for a long one. The class is still relatively the same, but we got Power Keg and Power Vacuum for elixirs. And we get Stone Cold and Victorious for the perks. Along with that talisman that makes your shield stronger. Don't know what it's called, it's like something like Major Reinforced Charm. Only played this map a few times, not entirely sure how to get the Winter's Howl, but that's what Google.com is for. Since these Aether maps have us treading on old stuff, I guess I'll keep recounting the time when I did the original maps. So, not only do I hate the original 5 video, I despise it so much it's not even on my channel anymore. The voiceover, the editing, the footage, all dog shit, and if I were to remake any of the old videos before I'm done with all the track run 100s, it'll be the 5 one. Anyways, I made points in the offices along with grabbing a couple parts. Took the elevator to the war room and got another port. And went down to the labs turning on the power, and once again getting another port. Thankfully the teleporters aren't random anymore and will cycle through the areas of the map, letting me teleport right back to the war room to grab a key. Back in the offices I used the key to open up a drawer that reveals a code to me that will be for the Winter's Howl quest, but I need a few more codes to complete it. The second one I had to get by throwing an explosive into this thing outside the map. The only problem was, I didn't have an explosive, so I was thinking I either had to spin the box or restart to get frags. However, according to some random people in the comments of the video I was watching, for some reason the Trent shotgun will, when pack-a-punched, turn into a grenade launcher. And thankfully it's a wall weapon so I could get it easily. And I want to keep the Wraith Fire, so I thought what the hell, might as well try this out, and if it works, it works. So I bought it, activated Deathcon 5 to reach the panic room, and then when I went into the panic room, the pack punch wasn't there. Forgot they moved it. But I did get a part for the teleporter amplifier. So I built it, then amplified the teleporter, and then it sent me to Area 51. Which is a cool throwback. And it turns out, yes, for some reason the Trent shotgun does turn into a nade launcher. So let's see if it works on that little thing. And after missing 4,000 times, yeah, it works. Alright, all that bullshit just for the one weapon that I will barely be using. Back in the offices, I decided to hit the boxes. I didn't want my only 2 weapons to be a nade launcher that I'll probably down myself with and a pistol. And then this happened. Not complaining, but goddamn what a waste of time. Like, am I lucky or unlucky here? Because on one hand, I wasted 20 minutes, and then on the other hand, I got the wonder weapon. Well, no point in thinking about it, so I head back to Area 51 to pack a punch to hell. And believe it or not, all I need now is the shield and my perks and I'm fully set up. Oh shit, yeah, and I need my Ragnarok to hit level 3. And it's easy, I just trained in the war room till I hit it. Alright, here we are, finally the high round strat. My home for the next 11 hours. It is insanely simple. All I do is I build the shield in the weapon testing room in the labs. Then I just sit there with the pistol and the Wraith Fires until the Ragnarok is charged, and then I use the Ragnarok. Victorious allows you to absorb all damage coming from all angles, so you're basically invincible. How the fuck did nobody test this? Like, why in God's name does the shield pistol do infinite damage? Like, is it cause of Stronghold that is making it kill this high in the rounds, or does it literally just, like, do this much damage? This is by far the easiest strat in all of zombies. It is more easier than Revelations. It's not faster, though. Revs, you can do in, like, what, a couple hours? Maybe 3? This one took 4. So, I don't know. I can't remember. I think I did Rev in 4, but you can do it faster. And you may be wondering why it says 150 rounds rather than just 100. I guess they had to have, like, run out of time, maybe? Because they didn't really have an Easter egg for this map outside of the Wonder Weapon. So the main quest of this map, the one Treyarch considers to be the actual main quest, is getting to round 150. Not 100, not 115, 150. To make it even worse, it was originally 200. If it stayed 200, I don't think I would have done this at all. I barely wanted to do this in the first place. I thought to myself, is it worth spending 15 hours on a map for a video that's gonna get like 15 views? Obviously not, but I had nothing better to do with my time, so I decided fuck it. If I'm getting to 100, I might as well get to 150, plus I wanted to do the quest completion and the menu stats. It was a pretty standard camping strat. I actually hit around 100 in only 4 hours and 29 minutes. I'd gotten pretty sluggish in the 80s and 90s, but when I got to run 100, I got reinvigorated. So I thought, hell, yeah, I could probably do this. But let me put into perspective how long this actually takes. It took me 4 hours to get run 100, then 4 more hours later, I only went up 28 rounds. That is, man, I mean, I have had a plan to do sets of WAW-255 if I ever got 2,555 subs, and thinking about that after doing this is, I'm actually gonna have to hit that goal if I ever want to do that. There will be no other way I will ever do 255 unless I get that. At the 8-hour mark for some reason is when I really got drained of motivation to do this, but I had already gotten so far there was no reason to quit. I've done long zombie sessions before. Ascension took 11 hours and 59 minutes, but I also fell asleep halfway through that, so it wasn't really that bad in the end. And it was a training strat, so it was actually fun, huh? And I think when I first did run 100 on the machine way back, like a few months after it came out, it took me 8 hours because I trained. But once again, that was really fun to do. This, however, this just isn't fun. I don't like camping and zombies, especially not shit like this. Because it feels like I'm just cheesing it too much, you know? Like, I'm literally fucking invincible if I just manage my shield well. I literally cannot die. And then, you know, I can't imagine you could train anywhere on this map because it's just too tight with super sprinters. And I think the reason that this was just so fucking mentally draining is because of the loneliness of doing these around 100s. I never really talked to people while doing these, at least not since Buried, and that's another reason why it sucks so much. Because, you know, if I was able to stream, then I'd be able to talk to the people watching the stream, but I can't fucking stream! Well, I mean, I kind of can, just not in a good quality. I did do a test stream while doing this, and, well, yeah, the quality isn't very good. It could be worse, I guess. Just for the fact that the stream is working at all is pretty good, so hell, I might stream Dead of the Night and Alpha Omega, since I won't be moving very much in those. And I still have the short little test stream up if you want to view it, just to see how long these rounds drag out. I'll probably unlist it in the future, so if it's not there, it'll be in the description. The elixirs didn't even really help at all. I don't think I needed them. I never used refreshment or in plain sight like once. Power vacuum and power keg were kinda helpful, but not by much. Oh wow, shit, I almost forgot the tier list. Like, quick thing before I rate it, I changed the okay tier to good, because I feel like good displays how I feel about the maps more, if that makes sense. So, how would I rate a map that I just spent 11 hours on? It's just okay. I don't even really like the OG 5 that much, and this didn't really change my opinion on it. I would much rather play the original 5 though. I mean, the Pentagon does not work well on BO4 at all. Plus, no, this version is missing a couple things like the Pentagon Thief. The buff Winter's Howl though is nice, and I like the No Man's Land Pack-a-Punch, but that's really all. Not a lot more to say. I finally hit round 150 in 11 hours and 52 minutes, almost beating out Ascension. I honestly thought that it was, and a little sad it didn't. And as nice as the cutscene is, it's for a map that ended up getting cancelled, so it didn't even matter in the end. But hey, look at that, the Winter's Howl's actually killing on round 150. And as I let the zombies kill me, I'm finally free from this hell. The Aether map stats are looking quite nice, but I wonder why it says it only took an hour 50 for the classified completion. It couldn't have counted the Winter's Howl quest because I don't think it does that anyway, plus I didn't complete it. Huh. Kinda sucks. I was hoping it would say 11 hours. Alpha Omega would release June 16th, 2019. It is the 7th and penultimate map of Black Ops 4, taking place in a nuclear weapon testing site turned broken arrow facility known as Nuketown or Camp Edward. The Ray Gun Mark II would return as the map's wonder weapon. It would act just like how it did previously and would gain 4 elemental variants. The elemental versions are as follows. The Ray Gun Mark II-V. It's a yellow variant that shoots a high-powered beam. It also has infinite rechargeable ammo. The Ray Gun Mark II-X. It's the blue variant that is fully automatic, and will become dual-wield when pack-a-punched. You need to listen to this reload sound. Ooh, that is some good shit right there. The Ray Gun Mark II-Y. It's the yellow variant that will release an explosion much like a grenade launcher. It also has a charged shot that releases a much powerful explosion. The Ray Gun Mark II-Z. It's the purple variant that acts just like a shotgun. The Lightning Hound is a new special enemy. It's just a Hellhound, but electrified. That's literally all it is. 2 Nova Crawler variants appear on the map. Jolting Jacks are Nova Crawlers that have also been electrified, with these ones being able to shoot bolts of electricity at you and will explode in a burst of energy when killed. Nova 6 Bombers will make other zombies stronger and faster, much like the Water Catalyst from the Chaos story. And the Galvan Knuckles would return along with the Avogadro, but his only on-map appearance is in the main quest boss fight.
Ah, great. Nikolai's been in charge for about 2 seconds, and he's already absconded. I thought Russians were meant to be brave.
Out of every map to bring back, who would have guessed they'd bring back Nuketown? I actually had plans to make a video about the survival maps on Black Ops 2 back when I did Transit. That video of course would have involved the original Nuketown zombies, where I would have got the round 50 on it since 100 isn't possible. Or if it is, it'd probably take too long, like I can imagine it's probably over like 50 hours, something like that. But I ended up never getting around to making that video, so I don't really have anything to reminisce about this time. The class is a bit weird this time. The elixirs didn't really matter, I didn't need them at all, so I just chose some random stuff. But for the perks I have Ethereal Razor and Electric Burst. A couple of strange perks, yeah, but it'll be very useful for the strat later. We also have the Overkill and once again the Talisman that gives you another revive. Anyways, I just gained some points, opened up the map along with grabbing a shield piece. Before I started this run, I had the best idea I have ever had for one of these round 100s yet. Using a controller. Dude, I am so fucking stupid. I wish I would have thought of this sooner, especially when I did Classified. The amount of, like, unbelievable pain I had on my right hand when I was done with the round 150 was insane. But it has been a long time since I last played zombies with a controller, so it felt a bit weird, but I got it back down pretty fast. And why is the elixir HUD so different in between inputs? I don't understand, why didn't Treyarch just keep the controller HUD, put the elixirs for keyboard, and then make it look like this? I don't know, but it's like, it's so bizarre. Why is the HUD better when you use a controller? Dude, it's weird, but so after that, I don't know, man, but after setting that up, I turn on the power and hit the box. Next, I run down to the bunker and grab another shield piece. The thing about this strat is that I can't actually activate Pack-a-Punch, or really anything else apart from power. So the bunker is literally useless apart from perks and the shield pieces. Speaking of shield pieces, back on the surface, I grab another one, and fully built the shield along with getting Dying Wish. And now I'm like 80% set up. All I need to get is my perks and the ballistic knife. That's right, the ballistic knife. And I got it very early at round 6. 14 minutes is all I need to get set up for round 100. Since I brought immolations, I decided might as well keep spinning to get one of the Mark IIs. And I ended up getting the original one a couple rounds later. I'm not sure if you can even get the elemental ones out of the box, so that kinda sucks, but the original's fine anyway. But I don't know if it's just me, but the Mark II feels kinda off in this game. Like, its damage and shooting feels really weird, and it kind of looks weird in hand. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I made more points until I was able to buy the rest of my perks. And here we are. By not buying any of the back doors of the yellow house, you can stand atop the balcony and all zombies will only climb up this side to come and get you. Then by simply just having the ballistic knife comboed with Ethereal Razor and Electric Burst as your modifier, you can shoot the knife on the ground to start a reload, and for 10 seconds your melee swipes will instantly kill all zombies. Just repeat this while using your overkill whenever it's ready, and that is seriously it. For dog rounds, just run into the bunker stairs and kill them with the Mark II or whatever other weapon you have. An issue I have from time to time is that a dog will spawn inside the house and will attempt to attack me through the wall. The way I fixed this was simply just going into the bunker to make the dog respawn as a zombie. I'd also toss the wraith fires between the fence while all the zombies run, and it should kill about 2 hordes. Maybe not so much in the earlier rounds, but in the later rounds, if you throw them perfectly, it will actually kill about 2 full hordes. I ran perk up because, why not? And they gave me Zombshell, which is really goddamn annoying because it would cause the zombies to slow down whenever they got close to me. And Christ, it wasn't that bad, like it didn't slow down the match that much or anything, but still, it's probably not worth to run like a perkaholic or anything else. You really only need the 4 perks. I straight up just don't have anything to say. I did plan on streaming this, but I did it at 4 AM and I was like, who the fuck is gonna watch someone get the Rhino 100 on Alpha Omega in 2024 at 4 AM? So I just ended up not doing it. Been playing a lot of Onslaught recently. It's pretty good. Not too bad. Much rather have Gauntlets than Cold War though. Debated for a while on getting MW3 when it was on sale, but I ended up not getting it because I just kept hearing more bad than good. But I'll probably pick it up if it goes on sale again. Well, let's just get into the tier list. A long time ago, I said out of all the maps I've played, I only think 2 are bad. The first one being Transit, obviously, it's in the tier list, but the other one has actually been Alpha Omega. But I don't know if I still think that way. I like the wonder weapons quite a lot, actually, and the main quest. I actually really like the boss fight, and being able to play as Ultimus or Primus is awesome. I think that might be it, though. The map doesn't work on Black Ops 4 at all with how its zombie system is. Like, round 15-20 plus, when they start, running, it's just not possible to run anywhere. You're gonna be getting cornered insanely easily. And honestly, I just don't find myself ever thinking about or wanting to play this map. Unless I do the Gauntlet, I really do not know if I will ever play this map again. So yeah, it does seem like we have our second bad map. It's unfortunate because I really don't want to think any zombies map is bad, but if I don't like a map, I'm not going to hide it. Well, round 100 was a breeze apart from a scare I had at round 99 where I fell off the platform. Luckily, I was able to get back up, get my specialist and stuff, and recover, but it was a little bit scary. Strangely enough, I actually quite like this strat. I didn't find myself getting that bored, but I think the controller helped out a lot as it was nice to lean back in my chair. Togner Tone would release September 30th, 2019. It's the 8th and final map on Black Ops 4. It would also serve as the finale to the Aether storyline that was ongoing since World at War. Taking place in an abandoned Group 935 Siberian outpost, the Victus crew would return after last being playable on Buried. The Thunder Gun returns as the map's wonder weapon. It acts just like how it did previously, and would receive a variant called the Tundra Gun. This version of it shoots, I guess, giant snowballs that'll freeze all zombies in the radius of where it was shot. The WAW-BO4 dog, I'm not gonna be able to say that, I can barely speak as is. The WAW-BO4 Sniper is a new wonder weapon that appears on the map. It's a semi-automatic wonder waff with a sniper scope attached to it. Samantha's music box is a new equipment that appears on the map. Upon throwing it, Samantha will appear and cause all nearby zombies to float in the air and then be flung away. Napalm zombies and electrified zombies would appear on the map, acting mostly how they did in previous appearances. A golden pack-a-punch machine would appear on the map. It allows you to fully pack-a-punch your weapon for only 5k. You can also find dynamite and a heat pack as billables on the map, with the former letting you open up areas that can now be purchased with points, and the latter allowing you to stand in water longer without being frozen. And you can also find snowballs lying around as a new throwable.
Swapped freezing our butts off in a cryopod for freezing our butts off in the great outdoors. Whoopee.
Man, I'm kinda sad to be finishing Black Ops 4. I've had a lot of fun with it, but at least we're ending it out on this beautiful map. The class this time is like what we've seen before. The elixirs are pretty standard, and of course we have Dying Wish and PhD. But we also have 2 secret sauces, cause I wasn't entirely sure which strat I'd be running. I wanted to try both, so this just let me switch my perks in and out to change it up. It's weird, I have like next to no memory of doing Call of the Dead around 50. I remember it being a headache and not being able to do it how I actually wanted to, but that's really about it. To this day, I wish I could have actually done them around 100, but how the hell am I ever gonna find someone crazy enough to do it with me? Well, maybe someday. Anyways, I left the spawn room at round 5 and ran to the cave to pick up a rock of 115. Then I ran up to the lighthouse to give the rock to Pablo and got a shield piece. Also started a set of challenges to do. And of course went to go hit a box to get another weapon. And we gotta have a moment of silence for George Romero.
Rest in peace, old fella. You were a true original.
I said moment of silence, why'd she speak? First challenge I did was to get 25 headshots, pretty straightforward. Then I went to the ship to find a crank to rotate the zip lines along with turning on the power. Did the second zipline crank and started the second challenge for shield bashing zombies. Pablo gave me the zipline handle, then I head back to spawn to grab another shield piece cause I forgot there was one down there. Next I zipline to the facility part of the map to build the shield, which for some reason is completely pitch black on the recording. So I completed the third challenge and gave Pablo a thingy for the flinger. Then I had to empty 3 piss jars. What a riveting side quest. Completing all of those challenges gave me a free self-revive. Made some points to spin the box and get perks and shit like that. Got the Helion pretty early at round 11, which is nice. And I didn't really know if I wanted a brain perkaholic or not, like I didn't know if it was going to be worth it because of the secret sauces. But I brought it anyway and drank one and got some pretty okay perks, but I still gotta replace the sauces for the perks I actually need. Next I head back to the facility and turn on the third power switch to activate Golden Pack-a-Punch. Took a couple more rounds for the lighthouse to actually land on the island, but I go there and since it's my first time it starts like lockdown if you want to call it that. And I got my Helion fully upgraded. Man, I really wish they added the Golden Pack-a-Punch to the other maps. I always heard about some cancelled super easter egg where they actually did plan on adding the Golden Pack-a-Punch to the other maps, if you beat all the main quests. I don't know if it's actually true, but man, I wish something like that actually happened. So here's where things got a little fucky. My original plan was just to spin the box for the Thunder Gun since I didn't really want to do all the challenges for it. But then I ended up spinning the box for probably like 30 minutes. So I caved in and just did the challenges. The fucked up part though is that there's this one annoying ass challenge to play like Snowball Whack-A-Mole. And I was past round 20 so I knew I might be boned. The second set of challenges started with me just killing 20 zombies with snowballs. Then killing more with a trap. Then completing 3 SOS messages with more snowballs. Third set of challenges had me fleeing 15 zombies, then kill 10 while on the zipline, which was thankfully very easy since I had this insta-kill going on. But the last challenge for this set was the goddamn whack-a-mole. Surprisingly though, while it did get very intense, it was easy. I mean, easy because of the Helion, but still, easy-ish. The fourth set had me kill zombies while in water, then I had to shatter frozen zombies with snowballs, and then I had to play notes on a bell, which I got stuck on for like 10 minutes because I forgot the order. The final set had me kill zombies while standing still, then with melee attacks, which was just a shield bash one again. And finally, I made some soup. Well, at least it's not me emptying piss jars again. This took a lot longer than it should have, but in the end I finally got that beautiful Thunder Gun. I don't know what's up with final maps having the Thunder Gun, but it makes me wish Forsaken had it. Or is it just too overplayed at this point? I don't know. I mean, we got the Wonder Waff in Modern Warfare 3 for some reason, it'd be fine. Alright, so after doing all that bullshit, here is the high round strat. It's pretty simple, just running around the facility loading platform. I got Luna in the modifier again, which by the way took goddamn forever. I swear I cycled through every perk multiple times before getting it. Goddamn, that was annoying, but I just had it for the ammo. And of course stamina. And I've actually done this strat before. The first time I ever played this map, I trained up here until around 84. But then I lost connection to the servers. It was pretty fun, but I wasted 8 hours. I kinda had some deja vu, because before starting this run I got disconnected 2 times while just sitting in the main menu. But thankfully didn't get disconnected in game, so, you know, that's nice. I like this training spot a lot. It's wide enough to easily get past zombies and get them up in a horde. And it's not too slow either, but that more just depends on how fast you're actually like getting the horde up and shooting up the Thunder Gun. It got a little weird from time to time. I had a few dying wishes go off, but refreshment is overpowered, so it didn't really matter. Not really too much to say, it was pretty straightforward. At round 64, I went ahead and switched to the camping strat, and holy shit, I see why the round 100 speedrun is only like an hour 39. If you stand in the ship's power room, all zombies will only spawn from one window for some reason. It baffles me so much why they didn't patch this. So I kinda just did this until round 98. I was gonna continue training at round 95, but I didn't get a dog round until 97, and it would have been way too risky to get my perks back in the middle of a round. I might as well just go into the tier list. The final tier list of Black Ops 4. Man, where do I begin? Seriously, I don't actually know where to begin. A few months ago I would have said this is one of my favorite maps, but now I just don't know. I thought coming back I would still see that I absolutely love this map, but it felt strange. It was like I was playing a different map. Maybe because I wasn't in the best mood when I did this, but man, I don't know where to place it. The map itself, like the actual map itself, it's great. The layout's pretty nice. I mean, it's just Call of the Dead, but expanded and easier to get around. The thunder gun is awesome, like always, but I question why the fuck does the Wonderwall sniper and tundra gun exist? Like, they had time to make two of whatever those are, but not port the scavenger in? It would have been perfect. We have PhD and we are literally on Call of the Dead again. I do remember loving the main quest and that little final sequence where you're slowly going across the map in that ball. That was really fun, even though I had to do it twice because I crashed on the last step. I might regret this later, but for now it's just gonna go great. Don't know what happened, I just don't remember liking the map as much as I did. But you know, great isn't a bad placement or anything. And we can also finally do another game ranking. Keep in mind, this is only how I feel about the zombies mode, and not the game as a whole. It's no secret that I actually love Black Ops 4. All in all, the only thing I really dislike about it is the perk system. It's my biggest complaint, but it's not bad enough for me to completely hate the game. The perk system in the end is so baffling to me because they wanted to eliminate crutch perks, but then made Dying Wish. Like every match of Black Ops 4 I have ever played, I have brought Dying Wish. The specialist system could have definitely been better. I feel like you should have been able to change them in-game by different quests. I don't really know what they would have done. I guess they didn't want to make a bunch of different ways to get the specialist in every map. All the maps apart from a couple were great, and Ancient Evil was one of the coolest maps in all of Zombies. And I'm very excited to do the main quest for all the Chaos maps and maybe the Gauntlets. I like almost everything about the game, but I'm not sure it would go above BO3. Since I feel like that game was more, how would I say, just intact. Since BO4 had a troubled development, it wasn't its complete potential, and I feel like that weighs it down just a little bit. So it will go in second place. I feel like BO3 has the better edge cause, well, you know, Setsubo and Shadows. But BO4 is still an amazing Zombies experience. And straight up, I feel like if it had the original perk system, it would have gone above BO3. Well, hitting round 100 wasn't too bad. It was fun to use the thunder gun again, and I had a lot of fun training. And the view of the map was quite nice to look at. But now it's time to finally do the thing I started my entire channel to make. The Togder Toten Game Over Cinematic. This map has my favorite Game Over song, and I've wanted so bad to make a cinematic for it. And now it's finally time to say goodbye to the BO4 around 100s, and end this once and for all.